Welcome to the Fantasy Football Garage. I'm Chris. My friends call me the Candyman, and you already know what time it is. Tonight, we're drafting best ball teams, and I have a special treat for y'all, an extra special guest. We have someone who's going to draft with us tonight. One of my favorites in this space. He's coming on. You may have heard on Twitter if you follow me there, or if you've seen the posting all day. We have the 2023 FSWA Golf Writer of the Year, the host of Back Nine Bets and the Fantasy Golf Degenerates on the Mayo Media Network. Also, a full swing star. You might have seen him on Netflix. We have Mr. Byron Lindeque coming on. So let's hit the intro. We're going to rip in some scramble fast drafts tonight. 20-second clock. They are fast. And get into it. Talk about the Sony, all that and more. Let's hit the intro. Without further ado, bring on our guest and get right into it.
But overall, it's like the guy can ball. Like, actions speak louder than words.
Ayo.
What's cooking, man? I love the stiff arms in there, and we've got ourselves a stiff one, so we are just rocking and rolling. We're going to have a good night drafting. Thank you for having me on, and we all got the shades, and we are going to throw shade at some people that don't know what they're doing in these drafts, hopefully. So we're going to take some money from some people tonight.
No doubt. No doubt. Thanks for coming on, man. Great to have you here in the Fantasy Football Garage, drafting some PGA best ball. And I'm very excited. This whole offseason of golf, it's been such a buildup. You know, we don't have the Century. I feel like we're just waiting for something to happen. The TGL trickling in. It's kind of a teaser. And the live rumors swirling. There's a lot going on. It's a wonderful time of year. And we've got less than a week to go. So I thought it'd be a perfect time to bring you on, talk some kind of preview of the season and draft some scrambles. So, man, thanks so much for being here. Hope you're having a great Friday night. Thanks, everyone, for being here. If you're new to the channel or if you're watching this later, make sure you're subscribed. Got a goal to hit 1,000 subs before the start of the next NFL season, and I'm doing PGA and NFL best ball content and fantasy content weekly here on the channel. Make sure you're also subscribed to the Back Nine Bets. We got Byron's socials and media and everything below, so check it out. But yeah, I thought let's go ahead and bring up our underdog draft. Byron, how many drafts are you in on the scramble so far, sir?
I've got 30 left. I'm driving to Missouri. Who knows what time I'm gonna actually wake up tomorrow and head to a Waffle House so I can smash a couple drafts over a couple waffles. Enjoy whatever happens around me in a wonderful environment of a Waffle House. Those are, it's truly the best people eat at Waffle Houses, So it's good to go there. I did have 23 auto drafts by accident to start off my season on the way back from Tennessee. So I've got like every single one of my drafts started Rory, Corey, Siwoo.
Oh, no.
It's not terrible, but I don't know what the hell happened after that. And maybe one of those is a winner. Who knows? But it was 23 of those. And now I've only got 23 left of my
That's not so bad. I mean, you can recover from that, sprinkle it in. You want to have some exposures, varied portfolio, all those things. Try to make you feel better about that Rory exposure, but you never know.
I was looking at some numbers today, and Rory by like a round by round start isn't terrible. So if you can build around him,
exactly,
you can get through. But ideally you want Scotty in the one hole. But it is what it is.
Yeah.
We'll see. Maybe we get Rory like I've seen some 4th round Rorys. So who knows what happens.
Yeah, and with the format change from last year, the additional points for the finishing position and a little bit of, adding 2 more players to the roster, I think it actually does make players like Rory more valuable. Just how much more valuable, we'll find out. And that's kind of the fun of it. I mean, not only is the format still new and evolving from a game theory perspective, but the PGA season schedule is changing, and the events that the players are committing to are constantly changing. So this is one of the most dynamic kind of, I think, sports in terms of predicting schedules and players and events and how things are going to like unfold. It's unmatched compared to like football, where there's maybe one bye week or you're worried about certain matchups. But this is a totally different monster, isn't it?
Monster. And we were chatting before we went live that Harris English has gone to the Sony consecutively since 2012. And this is the first time he's not going to be going, just randomly. He's only gone to 4 centuries and 13, 14 Sonys.
Right.
This is the year he decides, you know what? I'm good. I'm going to hang back. So tough situation. 5-hole. Let's go. JJ Spawn situation.
Yeah, that is tough on the Harris English. He's a guy I'm counting on. I have a huge exposure to him. I'm like 22% plus. I mean, you can check here. I've got some stuff loaded in, and I have my exposures here. I have to scroll down for English, of course. I honestly think English should be going much higher, so I was overdrafting him really, really heavily to start, and then he never really rose that much. If I find him here, Harris English, I'm at 22%.
Oh, nice.
I think, even without playing in the Sony, I'm still pretty optimistic about his season outlook.
He's my guy that I want to win the Farmers. I want him to win a major this year.
Right.
Like I'm not betting him to win the Sony. I'm not.
So we're on the clock here, 22nd. Are you feeling Burns, Kim, Young?
Wherever you, I don't mind Cam Young early.
Go Cam Young early. Let's do it.
Yeah,
I'm drafting a ton of Cam Young. I think it could be a big career year for him, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he broke through nicely last year. That was fun to see him get a win. Last year was the year of the losers coming through, eh? Really?
Oh, definitely. Yeah. It comes back around. I'm sorting it by ADP. We could do Michael, Kim, Sep.
JJ.
Let's go JJ Spawn, huh? Yeah, another guy I love.
I'm hot to trot for Mr. Spawn, man. I think he's a very underrated golfer. He finishes inside the top 5 a lot more than people realize. And that's what you need to like win these things, especially with these finishing position points. You need like high upside stuff. Finishing top 20 gets you 3 points, dude. like 2 points. It's like whatever. Top 5s is where it's at. So I think Spawn and Cam Young, between those two guys, I mean, we're looking Gucci across any sport, any event.
I love this start. Just 2 strong golfers. I think Spawn's going to keep it up. I think he's got the momentum. I don't think it's going to stop. And then Cam Young, like you said, peaking kind of at the end of last year. What was it? Was it the Wyndham that he ended up winning?
Yes, I think
right. And so he's kind of. We'll see. We're about to be back on the clock. In an interesting spot here, we see Sam Stevens go off the board. Pretty standard. He's been a riser. Pendrith continues to be an option in the 3rd round. There goes Rory. So we're here at 17, and it's guys like Fleetwood, Harry Hall, Nick Taylor. Does anyone speak to you here particularly?
Nick Taylor just signed up for the Sony, so I don't mind grabbing him because we know he's going to be playing. So that's a nice start.
Yeah, I've been a fan of Nick Taylor in these drafts as well. I thought he'd be another player to continue to rise. So back when the tournament opened in the end of November, I was stocking up on a lot of Nick Taylor, where he was going in the middle to end of drafts typically, and now he's definitely risen up. We're back on the clock again. Tommy Fleetwood, Harry Hall, Corey Connors. Where does Byron think? What do you lean here in the last 10 seconds?
Go Corey Connors, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'm cool with that.
Another Sony commit today. So we know he's going to be playing. So we've got JJ, Nick Taylor, Corey Connors, 3 superstars guaranteed to be playing the Sony Open. Cam Young, whatever he wants to do for us down the stretch, he can rock and roll. And now we go drifting. We figure out what we want to do with the next 8.
Love it. Yeah, I'm hopeful that maybe Cam Young or Spawn plays the Cognizant again, but I'm not fully betting on it, right? That they'll be there.
It's unfortunate that you have to almost find the more likely you are to play the Cognizant means the more likely you are to be a bad golfer. So
Right.
like that's the reverse correlation. Yeah, this thing is, dude. I've done like 2 or 3 of these things from a McDonald's in Bethany, Missouri, and they are just so fast.
I
It's
know.
hard to like keep up. They are like super fast paced.
I end up doing for the scramble about, I'd say, 75 to 80% slow drafts, so I can think through my picks and all of that and have a lot going for the last month plus. And I sprinkle in some fast here and there, but they're fast and furious. So Poston not showing up to the Sony, that's kind of a disappointment. Do you want to go with anyone in particular here? We have Gracerman, Thor Bjornsson, Novak, Poston.
Let's go Fitz. I know it's super random, but he's committed to the Amex. So
yes,
that's nice to know. Now I haven't done
Morikawa and Henley went off the board.
Do we want to just go 6 straight signature guys and then figure out the rest, or do you want to put in a normie somewhere?
Who you got?
You decide. You decide this one.
I want to go a little bit of normie. I've been talking up Thor Bjornsson lately, and I'm not exactly sure what he plays in the 4th segment of this tournament, if he's just going to be playing in the Deer or what, but I think he might be someone that ends up being a strong contender in these weaker fields.
He didn't commit to the Sony, so I like him in this team actually, because we're protecting ourselves, and we could see him go 6 straight to try and get into the API. He's not playing the API yet, so I think he could definitely squeeze himself in there if he plays well leading up to it.
Sure.
Unstar Patrick Kane. I do not want him. I do not want to see this man's name on the screen for any of our drafts.
That's good with me. Yeah, I got a lot of Cantlay early back in November, early December, and I haven't been clicking him for a long time since. In this range, we have like a Wyndham Clark, Alex Noren, go for McGreevy, Kitayama.
I don't mind Wyndham because again, we've gone hard at the Sony, and Wyndham is not doing that. So we've still got a couple good starts there on that side of things, and Wyndham I think will play the Farmers and the other big boy events.
We're back on the clock, fast and furious.
Do you want to reach for Billy Horschel? Yeah,
let's do Horschel.
I think he's committed Sony, and I think it's good to see people promising that they're going to play a lot and then show up to the Sony too.
I think Horschel will play a lot. I'm hopeful that he'll play the Deer this year, considering the events that he's not in. I know he gets the Open, and he might be playing in the Scottish Genesis as well, Genesis. But it seems like there's some potential gaps in the schedule for him to fill in more of the normie events.
I was very excited. We can kind of pre-plan. Get Christopher Wrighton loaded up for us, because I saw him.
I know you've been talking him up.
Mm-hmm. He's showing up to the Sony. Not going to Dubai or anything. Oh God damn! Who is that? Halle Berry?
Or no, that was Halver. Halverum. Sniped us.
Okay. New plan of attack. Do we want to go? No, we can't. We gotta go. We gotta get some non-signature guys here, right?
Right.
Some Cognizant guys. Garrick isn't playing the Sony. That could help him potentially maybe play the Cognizant. I don't know.
Who do you feel? Sammy, Garrick?
Let's go Keith.
Got it.
There we go.
With Keith, what event is he not playing? I feel like there's always something that we don't expect. I guess it's actually he fills it out pretty nicely. Yeah, I guess it was the CJ Cup, but we're not sure about him, but he could play that.
Mm-hmm.
Back on the clock. We're fast. Back at it.
McGreevy's dropping nicely to us.
Should we grab him? He's a pretty big baller here.
Yeah, at this point in the draft, I'm cool with him. I wasn't too pumped to get after Max McGreevy in round 5 and 6. He's
not like a fun click for real golf. in that kind of whole thinking, but at least he plays a good amount of events. He plays a number of rounds. He's okay at making cuts. He's all right at making top tens. He's not a huge disappointment, but it could be, at least he could be filling up those normie events. We're getting into the last two picks. Who you've been clicking lately in terms of guys to fill out this kind of roster late in the game?
I've been Chandler Blanchet or Blanchett. I've been doing Neil Shipley. I've been doing, just kind of KFT guys that I know will be playing the John Deere, that I know will be playing the Cog, things like that. And they typically pretty impressive individuals when it comes to performing. So go Chandler, yeah.
Yeah, let's do it. I've been wanting to click him, and I haven't been able to convince myself to do it. Now that I see him in the field for the Sony, I'm a little bit more excited, honestly. That's all it takes.
Exactly. That's the thing, is like this Marco Penge is someone that we do not want to take right now because he's got some viral infection that we just found out about today.
So we're on the clock, 10 seconds. Our last pick. Should we go Shipley, or is there someone else you like here?
Let's go Higo, because we covered for the Cog, I would imagine, hopefully, and we are actually running a little low on some signature event guys in the first round. So that's something that we need to be present of, and I think we took care of that. So we got, from my projections, we got 7 people in every single event, at least.
Perfect. Okay, sweet.
We are only with 5 signature event options right now, from what I see.
And kind of a way, so I've drafted plenty of teams with 6, 7, maybe even 8 guys who are already in the signature events. With my last 20 drafts, I want some risk reward. I want to pick guys who are going to play in to the swing 10 and all of the other ways they can potentially get into the signature events. And so I think that's, in a large field tournament like this with 56,000 people, 261 people in the final, let's do something a little bit riskier. Still, you got to get out of round 1, but building, I think, in this way can be very interesting and get a little bit different, right?
Absolutely, man. I think, I like to think of it as like a Morpheus, like you're morphing your guy. He's evolving like a Pokemon. You go from like a normie, and then you play those first 8 normie events in the first 2 rounds, which is more than the majority of the tournaments out there. And then he plays good enough, because if you take a look at what we've got here, if one of these guys does not get into a signature event by the second pod, Michael Thorbjornsen, Wyndham Clark, Billy Horschel, Keith Mitchell, Max McGreevy, Chandler Blanchet. But I think Garrick Higo,
maybe not McGreevy, but we need him to play the Deer anyways.
But at least those first 3, Thorbjornsen, Clark, Horschel, and Higo, in my opinion, I think they've all got incredible upside. And Chandler, he was very impressive on the Corn Ferry Tour. So, I think he was number 2 to Johnny Kiefer, and Johnny Kiefer's going, 6 rounds ahead of him?
Yeah, Chandler hardly gets drafted. Look at his ADP, 71.9. And honestly, that's my first time clicking him, and I've been wanting to do it. I just a little bit gun shy to go for these riskier guys, and I think it's what I need to do to get different and scroll down a bit and vary some exposures, not just click the exact same guy in the last round every time.
What do you mean by risky?
I think risky in terms of a little bit of uncertainty on the schedule, but I think where it comes through, and also sometimes whether it's right or wrong, I kind of expect that some of the tour veterans might have more course history, and you might be able to predict a little bit where they might get a good top 10 finish in versus some of the newer talent. I've had good and bad results, maybe overdrafting the tour rookies and the up and comers in the last couple of years in this format, where it might be exciting to click them, but they actually don't outproduce some really boring click like a Patrick Rogers or, Griot or somebody like that.
Yeah. So I don't know if I'll be playing that's a great point. And I think it's fine to click those kind of names in this format. Whereas if I'm going to be drafting, $450 worth of Pat Mayo Opens tomorrow, I'm not going to throw Chandler Blanche. Maybe I'll throw him in one. I'm not going to be going crazy over there with that. I'm going to go with the true horses, so the thoroughbreds that we know are good. And
100%.
Yeah,
Because, in that structure too, in the Pat Mayo, the higher stakes, $150. I think there's only 216 entrants, and it goes 2-6. I want to say 2-6, 2-6, 2-6, and then like what is it, 8-person final?
or it's like 16 or 15. Is it?
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
real
like
small.
minuscule. Yeah.
I have not entered one yet. I tried to enter one on stream earlier this week and it didn't fill, and I'm considering doing it. Yeah, like you said, this weekend. So maybe we'll see in those streets. But yeah, on those ones, I think the dynamic there is, of course, we want to hog the cog. We want to be strong there, but it's honestly a 2 out of 6. You should be able to get out of your first pod, and you almost don't want to overbuild for round 1, knowing that it doesn't count for anything after you advance. It helps you advance, but then once you've advanced, you can't carry the points forward. It's a new pod, right? And so in that one, and at the same time, though, I don't think those rooms are going to be weak. I think there's going to be pretty sharp rooms. You might get one person who drafts like 12 signature event golfers, but I highly doubt it. I think that's the sharper rooms just because of the $1 entry fee price. Who knows? I've been surprised, but in some of these big scrambles, I've seen some really bad drafts. But yeah. So more of a floor play, safer floor picks, and obviously in a smaller field tournament, you don't have to differentiate. You just have to win, right?
Yeah, you just got to get there. And the thing is, like we said earlier, we've got those 8 of the 14 are normies, So if you're just looking to get yourself to the 3rd round of this contest, you got to find yourself some reliable guys, that are going to be playing all of those tournaments. So it's so fascinating because I don't think there's any other best ball contest out there where you are actively trying to not draft the best player available. You are drafting the best schedule, which is, it's like so contrary, it's so fun. And it's
Definitely
hard for your brain to get wrapped around that, but
no,
you're doing a good job.
You've said it perfectly. We're not drafting the best golfers. We're drafting golfers that can fill out the schedule and score the most amount of points, staggering the starts and all that kind of stuff. So you've been playing underdog PGA best ball for a few seasons now. What are some of and I know that it's changing, the landscape's changing. What are some of the things you've kind of learned over these years drafting? Not just to tell people who are their first time drafting, but just, some of the best practices besides, simply drafting the schedule. Like what else have you kind of noticed as the season goes on that you want to share?
Yeah. Especially when you're doing like 150 draft, you can find yourself getting into a bit of a rhythm or a rut where you just, okay, this is my guy. I like him because, he's falling here. He fits a lot of scheduling for me based off what you're projecting. Shows up on the 9th of January, and Harris English is doing something he's never done in the last 14 years. And now all of a sudden, the guy that you've just been whacking because you think you're going to get a Sony start from him just gives you the finger. So falling in love with an uncertain guarantee, that you're telling yourself is something you cannot do. And then on top of that, it's like differentiating yourself as you get to those clicks is understanding that these schedules are just anything can happen, so believing that schedule is going to be the blueprint. And there are certain guys like the signature event dudes who are going to just rip, like Colin Morikawa. But he showed up to the freaking Sony.
I know, crazy. And we've been hating on him for far too long, and here he is at the Sony.
I have so many, like, anytime a slow draft caught me off guard, I would have a Colin Morikawa or a Tom Hoagie. Maybe that's a blessing for being a complete lazy asshole. I'm going to have a Colin Morikawa Sony guy, now. So,
sure.
But that's the thing, is there's variability that we didn't even expect. So with how small the fields are this year as well, it makes it even more interesting because we've gone from, I guess they added 2 more additional spots to try and find some more guys because of smaller fields. So that does help us a little bit. But, just kind of don't fall in love with anybody. I don't know what would you say your max exposure is on a guy?
I can tell you, I pulled my exposures earlier today. I think it's 32 or 33%, which is a little bit higher than I want, and it should go down slightly. Yeah, I'm at 34% Higo, 33% Henley, are my two biggest stands.
You and me both, baby. Let's go. So Higo taking a bit of an L early, but maybe that kind of guarantees us a cognizant start if he's resting up. I
Yeah,
don't know, but
kinda
not
bummed at
thrilled
that.
about him not showing up early. I was banking on him going 7 out the gate. Again, big issue. Don't bank on a guy playing 7 tournaments in a row.
Yeah, no doubt. I'm also at 33% Cam Young, so taking him again there, just
Oh, God.
doubling down on a
Okay.
player I'm really into, been drafting a bunch of. I think that's very wise. We never know what's going to happen with injuries. A player could withdraw from certain events. He could injure his back, his wrist. Things happen, and so to lose a third of your teams on an injury is, or even more than a third of your teams, can really, really hurt. So I typically don't want to be too much further exposed than about that range. I feel comfortable there with that number of teams.
Yeah.
And then yeah, it's a long season. It's very dynamic. It's interesting. There's probably no sport in best ball like this, and it's part of what's so fun. I remember my first season drafting the scramble. It would have been, I think it was 2023, but I was drafting a lot of like Adam Scott and Justin Rose and just good golfers, right? And then that ended up being a good formula for the Albatross. Of course, the majors only. You, of course, draft the best golfers, the guys who play the majors well. But I got destroyed in my very first season drafting the scramble. I don't think I had any teams make it out of round 2, and I think it was because of Mexico and a combination of other things in the past. And so last year I had much more success. I had 2 teams in the finals, and I felt like, applying the logic of not just drafting the best golfers, but the other way around, drafting the schedule and getting some of these guys in and making sure your events are covered made a huge difference in how far I was able to go in this tournament.
Oh yeah, and I'm sitting at 34% Billy Horschel right now, and
that's incredible.
Rico Hoey at 33%. But
oh, nice.
Yeah, I think in a contest like this, though, like they can absolutely ruin you. But
Sure.
if we're gonna play this, God willing, for the next 10 years, 20 years, whatever, at some point the nuts are gonna drop, right? Like we're gonna have them in our hand. And having if those 3 guys, Billy, Rico, and Garrick and Russell Henley, we've got a lot of those guys together. If those 4 guys somehow pop off at the same time in those, like the very next year's Garrick, Billy, and Russell Henley, like those guys we have in the 30s. If those combinations of guys get together and just have a season, then you're going to have I don't know what is a good number to even get to the final round, but maybe you get 10 guys in there.
Oh, 10 would be insane. Yeah.
10 teams or something. That's
That
a ludicrous
have a
amount.
great shot to win with 10.
So something like that is because, again, you've only got 10 guys, not even 10% of the contest still. That's 5. It's 3%. So 10 people still not that much once you've got them there. So having volume when it works out, I think is the way. This is basically like playing DFS, right? In a way.
Oh,
because
definitely.
You're not playing to be safe. You're playing for upside. In this contest, like we've spoken about, the bigger, higher stakes, you want to kind of play it more cashy type situation.
Makes total sense. Another guy you mentioned, Rico Hoey, I'm at 28% on him, and I just can't stop drafting him. If he can figure out his putter, which it sounds like he might be solving, he could have a huge season, right?
Is his putter going to get worse?
It can't get much worse.
It can't get. If he gets worse at putting, I'm going to go find him and coach him up because he's doing something horrifically wrong. You can't be that bad at putting. So I think he's got some hope going forward. The baseline ball striking is just, it's too reliable to give up, and he could find himself in signature normie purgatory.
Yeah, true. No doubt. Jeff T, aka Money Anything. Good to see you, brother. Hope you're having a great Friday night. Dreaming of Byron reminding us to draft a cog. Yes, very relatable.
It's good.
You got TJ in here. What's up? How we doing? Cheers, fellas.
TJ.
Yeah. I'm gonna end up. I've calculated it out. I'm going to end up with about 6 or 7% Dietrich because I was drafting him on his projectable output for the first, I was clicking him. I was at like 10% Dietrich before the news. And so I stopped clicking him, but I'm going to end up with like 6 or 7% Dietrich, unfortunately.
I've got 7 lineups with him too. So it is what it is. It's with so many lineups to draft, you've got to, click them before you get the news, unfortunately. So the benefits and the pros and cons is like, if you go hard late, you've got all the information, but the ADP is pretty set.
ADPs have changed insane.
If you go early, you don't have any of the information, but you can pick anyone you want. You can build like the dream team, early on, because there's guys that were going in the 10th undrafted that are now going in the 5th round, for instance.
No doubt.
So it's absurd how it changes so quickly. Eric Cole went from being auto drafted by me along with Colin Corey and Siwoo to now not even being drafted, So it's kind of incredible.
That brings me to a good opportunity to bring this up. I've tracked the ADP weekly since it opened. We started drafting on November 26th. We're 7 weeks in, and I've got the ADP changes here. We can kind of focus on the overall change in this column. From the first week, Michael Kim was undrafted, and he goes to 45s, 30s, 20s, 10s. Now he's in the first, second round, right? So that's an example. Harry Hall was 59 overall. He's risen to a 3rd round pick. These are some of the bigger ones. Sam Stevens was undrafted, risen to a 3rd round pick. The list goes on and on, right?
Yeah. For me, that I'm not part of the reason Sam Stevens is going that high. I think everyone's chasing. They're chasing his, like, he had a dream season from a volume output perspective last year. Right. And I don't see, unless he plays better golf, I doubt he plays 83 rounds of golf this year.
I was surprised because, he didn't win anything. He just made enough cuts and made enough top 10s and put up a lot of birdies, or just enough, I guess, in the right tournaments. I couldn't really figure out how he was the highest scoring player in this format last year. But at the same time, and I think if I check the last year's lineup, I think he ended up, he was on the 1st and 2nd place rosters. But they also had Scotty Scheffler. At the same time, like the highest scoring player in fantasy, this is best ball. If you have another player who outscores them on certain events, and then a 3rd player who outscores them in other certain events, like, we're staggering starts. You don't have to have one player that scores the highest. You need the combination of players that, the scoring output just so happens to overlap in the perfect way. And so you don't even need the highest scoring player necessarily. They both, he ended up being on both the top 2 rosters last year, but the format's changed. The 10 to 12 golfers makes a big difference. So I think I'm chasing him a little bit. I was pretty intrigued by that volume, and if we can project that he plays a lot, maybe it can be similar in this format. But no, I totally agree with you, though. We're just chasing kind of last year's outputs, and maybe that's an opportunity to get ahead of some of the fallers, get ahead of some and fade some of the risers, those kind of things.
Yeah, because the thing is, like Sam, he was playing the non-signature schedule to begin with,
right,
and was still playing the signature events by just hanging on by a thread. He is now bound for signature event. He's certain to play them all year long. So there's a chance that needed volume that he had to do last year disappears a little bit, like he could probably chill out a smidgen.
Yeah.
It's one of the worst things I've said.
Dietrich, I've had worse. I remember the year where Hatton went to live. I had a ton of Hatton. He was one of my favorite golfers that year. And
I had McKibben last year.
I had a little bit of McKibben last year. I think I only had like 1 or 2. So it wasn't terrible, but
I think that is the problem about drafting all these DP guys is like they're the most likely to go, the highly talented ones in particular.
Because of the payout and the attraction of it and being international.
And international.
If Max Grazerman goes to live this year, that would sink like 20% of my teams. I'm a little bit overexposed to him. And I guess I'm kind of chasing that he might play a ton of tournaments being not fully qualified for the signature events.
Yeah, exactly. So we'll see how it goes. And you know, we were chatting down in the comment there. It says we did is like not drafting 6 signature event guys to get into the cog. Once you've drafted 100 teams, that can absolutely be your strategy. You know, I'm totally cool with that.
Yeah, it does sound like it's safe. We never really know because there's some negotiations behind the scenes. Dietrich came out of nowhere. I don't think anyone had that on the radar, so it's hard to know. But
Dietrich just went full Leroy Jenkins.
Justin Thomas, their drops were legendary. Justin Thomas and Rolls Out Taurus ADP drops just off the charts. I have not clicked a single Justin Thomas. Were you considering it? Have you done it? Have you autoed him at all? Are you?
Yeah, I've got it. When I got hit with a double whammy because I searched Thomas for Dietrich and to see how many of him I had. And the next thing, Justin Thomas shows up with my lineups, and I got like 4 of him. And I'm like, okay, well, those ones are toast. So, but they must have been the ones that I was on the highway all the way back from Tennessee.
But imagine showing up to the final
with a JT.
And for some reason, you've made it with a Justin Thomas team, and he is 6 weeks back, and he's fully himself, and you've got him with that last leg where he's going to play at least the Travelers, the Open. I'm guessing he'd play the Scottish Genesis. So, like, you know, that could be just what you need. He could be the super low-owned guy, and we know he's great. But, you know, I've been avoiding him just because I back injuries scare me.
Yeah, and the fact that 2 or 3 of those starts that he's going to be doing are majors scares me even more because he's been pathetic, dude. Like, how he's got 2 PGA championships is like beyond me, really. Because if you just take a look at his major pedigree, just because he's like Tiger's little like protege and whatever, people don't give him a hard time for how poorly he's translated his talent on the biggest stages. You know, Tommy, I mean, Scotty's like ripping him apart right now. I mean, JJ Spahn's got 1 less than him, and I would not be shocked if JJ somehow lands up with as many as JT because it's been very bad from him in majors, like disgustingly bad for how good he is at golf.
He has been disappointing, and we get like a super season from Spahn or Xander, and they are quickly, you know, catching up, right? So it didn't take too much. Shout out to Scott. How we doing, brother? Hope you're having a great Friday. Thanks for being here. Says he had Goddard in his 2 finals teams last year. Any thoughts on who that random high OWGR guy could be this year? Interesting. I think let me look at. So I had some Goddard last year. I didn't have him on my finals rosters. But let's think. So thoughts on who that random high OWGR guy could be that for this year?
What is high? Like Chandler Blanchet? Like maybe because where did Goddard come from? How many seasons has Goddard been on the tour? Was last year his second year?
Last year was like his real. I remember looking at this. I don't memorized. So 2024 he played right Myrtle Beach. Okay, so kind of behind the scenes, a lot of cuts. 2025 for Goddard is where we're seeing
a much better year from him.
He came on pretty decently in the middle, and then down the stretch, of course, that showing at the Genesis Scottish Open and then the Open, like what a run there.
Yeah, it's interesting with how low he hits the golf ball, like we saw on TGL. Like it's impossible to do what he did there for some people. They cannot do that, So, but also I don't know how high can he hit it high enough, like for these big events. Like if you think about the Scottish and the Open, he balled out where you got to hit those like drilled low piercing shots
out of the wind.
And when you're going to say Bay Hill, you need to be able to like do what Rory does and hit like a power high draw from 220 out, So I don't know if he's got like that exact shot in his wheel. I'm getting very technical here, but just interesting stuff.
So he was about, let's just say 180 to 200 or that kind of range. If we look at who is there now, I sorted by OWGR. I'm going to fly down to at least 150, and we can start to talk about guys. If we find anyone that should stand out, I mean, Nick Dunlap, could he come back and be alive? He's playing in the Sony.
there's an absolute possibility that he has a big bounce back.
Sure.
There's also a much more likely outcome that he continues to just suck.
Cut.
And the fact that he drove the ball well in his like final tournament, which was one with the widest fairways on tour, could honey dick a couple people, because it wasn't a factor. And some people that were betting him were spot on for that week. So Jake Knapp is outside the top 100, 106th in the world.
He's not too far off. In his FedEx Cup, he's still in, he's not so far out. But that's a good. I mean, we everyone loves Jake Knapp, right?
Yeah, Adrian Dumont de Chachat, the whole alphabet name.
Oh, Dumont de Chassar.
Yeah,
Chassar.
Adrian.
That guy. I saw him pop. I guess it was it Corn Ferry? I guess that's what it's been. Yeah.
Yeah.
There was some other tournament. I guess it was the 2024 Butterfield Bermuda Championship. I don't know why I was looking at that, but I must have been tracking somebody down, and this name kind of stands out. So I love looking at when you see a player do well, have like a top 5 finish or win something, then you immediately look at the field and figure out who they've beaten and who was in that tournament and try to justify whether it was a good win or not.
Well, I've also been a little too harsh on some golfers. This is my 2026 resolution is to, one, not get cute. Stop trying to get cute. Okay. Don't try and like bet a top 3 placements because you think he's going to finish second instead of 4th, and then he finishes 4th and then you miss out on your 5 places like you normally do. And I can't remember what I was going with the other one. Anyone can win a tournament, because I've always been like professing that this guy's never going to win. And then we had Thomas Dietrich, Cameron Young, freaking Highsmith, Brian Campbell does twice. And like, so anything can happen. It's really, we've seen Aldrich like stumble down the stretch a couple times before he won the Rocket. So
impressive.
At some point, that final poor performance under the gun gets you to play well when it matters the next time you find yourself there. But some guys are just perennially bad under the gun.
A name that, I mean, he's a little, I guess he's young, but Goddard has been young as well. I mean, not like he's middle of his career or anything, but Luke Clanton is kind of an interesting. He's super far down. He's got a lot to prove. He's going to have to struggle to get into all of these tournaments. He's in the Sony Open as far as I saw. I thought that was interesting.
Yeah, his priority is fine, because I think he's still on PGA Tour U or PGA U or whatever. Because
he should be able to get in.
Yeah, so that's like number one. Like for the normie events, he's golden. I think not a problem there.
Sam Ryder, just another name, but he's so far down. Could someone like a Sam Ryder or a Hayden Springer win something?
Opportunity breeds success, and I don't think if you're outside the top 100 this year, whatever starts you do get, you have to capitalize on, unfortunately. And the less you have, the less chance you have of playing well once or twice, because that's all it really takes is 1 or 2 top 5s to keep your card, kind of thing.
Exactly. And like you were saying about Sam Stevens last year, some of these other guys who had to do well to get into the signature events, and then they had like a mixed season last year. I've been trying to think about like who those players could be this year. It's really hard to figure out. It's almost impossible to predict. You can definitely take guys who are getting hot and all of these kind of things, but yeah, who's gonna be that golfer that maybe isn't drafted 100% of the time? Because Brennan or Thor Bjornsson are obviously getting drafted a bunch, and certain other guys who aren't in all of the signature events but are in the swing 10, like Hoey, et cetera, that they're getting overdrafted. They're getting drafted a ton. Whether that's right or wrong, they're definitely good golfers, but there's going to be some other golfers who are kind of fringe, making into these normie events, and then they win something or they T5, and then all of a sudden they're in the signature events because of the swing 10, in the second leg. And it's like, if you have those guys, they're going to pay off huge, right? That's going to be a big factor. So like, who could those guys be? It's so hard to figure out.
Well, kind of lapping back to where we were earlier about not getting stuck in a rut at the end where you just keep clicking your same guys in pick 11 and 12, even 10, you know. If you force yourself to take different names down there every single time, you're going to, by just the law of averages, potentially stumble upon that guy that unlocks it all. Now, will you have enough of him to survive bad pod luck? Do you have someone like Thomas Dietrich that's also associated with him in that lineup? That's the benefit of drafting more of a dude, is you can survive everyone else falling off around him. But at the same time, if you draft a lot of him and he is the guy that falls off, everyone else that you drafted can like struggle. So it's like, it's risk reward, you know? So it's fun and very frustrating.
No, yeah, exactly. It's, man, it is very frustrating when you see a guy who you thought was going to play in a tournament, all of a sudden he's not showing up to the Cognizant. You're like, I can't, you know, 5 weeks from now, we're going to be just pounding the table, pissed off because all these decommits from the Cognizant.
Well, that's the thing, is eventually enough people in the Discord are telling me there's a good chance this guy doesn't play. And I couldn't agree more. So if you just remove their name, like if they play that event, it's a bonus. Because remember what, Keith Mitchell, Tony Finau, I drafted so many of them last year. Neither of them showed up to the Mexico Open, which we believed was the hinge event again, you know? So sometimes
Finau last year not being in Mexico was a huge pain in the ass. That got me so mad.
Like I drafted so much of him early on when I was getting like Tony Finau with Scotty Scheffler at the 12, you know, like before people realized you needed him to play the Mexico. And then he had another child and decided, you know, I'm not going to go to Mexico this time with my 6th child. So
you're giving me flashbacks to the Scramble 2025 where everyone was like, Finau's the key. He will win Mexico. We were so certain.
Did not show up. So yeah, tough scenes.
So for this team here, we started off with Cam Young, JJ Spawn, Nick Taylor, Corey Connors. Pretty standard. A rising, you know, Matt Fitzpatrick. He has been a big ADP riser over the last 10 days.
Mm-hmm.
He's been jumping up a few rounds. We take him here. I think he's our last official full signature event guy, but we went 5 straight. Thor Bjornsson is a click that I wanted to go there. We got Clark, Horschel, one of your favorite clicks, Keith Mitchell, McGreevy fell 10 picks or 12 picks. And ADP is not like the end all be all in PGA best ball like it can be in some of the other like NFL best ball where ADP is a little bit more strict and hard to get things to really fall. You know, occasionally you'll get a player in the middle to fall late, but rarely does a player, you know, fall so much. I mean, even here, 10 spots is nothing crazy, but I think it justifies getting McGreevy here and hope that he plays a lot of events. Chandler Blanchett and Garrick Higo, who I've been surprised. Maybe people are worried that Higo doesn't play so many events. I know he's not in the Sony, but he used to be more expensive. He goes undrafted, I've seen frequently now, and I've still taken a bunch of them.
There's live concerns, I think, too, you know, that he could potentially be going to live. If he does, I die. You know, he lives, I die, we die. It is how it is. There's a scramble in 2027 again. You know, like we go again next year.
And the Albatross opens in a few weeks.
Exactly. So
and we have weeklies this year. Shout out to Underdog. I'm going to be doing Wednesday night live streams all PGA season long. I'll be talking one and dones. I'll be looking ahead, previewing the tournament, and drafting weeklies, which I'm way more excited about. I did do a few of the dailies last year, and I never really got into a flow, and I never really figured it out. It felt like I was always chasing something and not getting ahead, and I didn't have a big success. I didn't do a whole lot of them, but I thought it'd be fun to do a few, and but the weeklies I think I'm much more excited for.
Yeah. It's really interesting, like a draft, right? Because DFS, you're going up another lineup that has Scotty in it. Whereas, what is the weekly format? Is it just
draft
you versus 5 other guys?
And your team is the same throughout the 4 days. So if your players get cut, too bad. We have the one spot in this new draft I just snuck into.
Beautiful. Let's go.
But so right, the dailies last year, you would draft Wednesday for Thursday. You would draft Thursday for Friday. Then you would draft. So you're always drafting for the next day, one little segment, and they would pay out at the end of the day. But now it's just going to be you just draft before Thursday, and you have one roster that rides all the way through Sunday.
What is the the contest size? What, 36 6 people or?
So it should be 6-person drafts if I'm not mistaken, and it should be. You're right. It should be 36 players selected. So like 6 rounds is I think the expected. I don't know for sure if they've released the exact details on that yet.
Cool.
And so it's 36 golfers, and there's a big benefit there where you just
there's TJ saying 6-6. Yeah.
6-6. Okay, perfect. Perfect. That's kind of what I assumed based on what it was last year. But obviously, then if you're drafting for the Sony and you have 120 players to pick from, you could just throw ADP out the window and just scroll down.
Absolutely. But it's not even like that game theory anyway, because you can just take the best who you think should all be inside the top 36. Technically, that's but we can also
that's an interesting way to think about it too. And I wonder how big the size of the tournament will be. I remember last year, off the top of my head, I think it's a few thousand to multiple thousand at the most. Hey, one sec, my dog. She's giving me a look. You good?
Oh, you fine?
Good. I thought she was telling me she wanted to go out.
I thought you were mad that Bobby Mack didn't come back to us. Yeah.
No, that's what I am actually mad about. Now that he's playing in the Sony, I can't I didn't think he was going to play. Did you? I wasn't sure.
Not early on until more recently.
So we see Fleetwood goes a bit early. I was clicking some Fleetwood back in November, and then I had to readjust a little bit. He just didn't play enough events, but he's great in the 4th leg.
You know what to do, yeah. Let's go.
So we got Spawn with our first click. Who do you like with your second? Are you a Spieth guy, Harry Hall?
Yeah, I'm a huge Spieth guy because I think he could. I think he's trying to play his way into the SIGs.
Yes.
If he doesn't, he's still going to play them anyway.
I'm going to let the dog out. I can hear you. I got my phone in case.
Okay.
Be right back.
Do your thing. I will keep us going here as I can't see who we've got, but I saw Ludwig committed to the Amex today as well, which is interesting. That could change his whole dynamic. It's really the whole Century situation has caused us some problems because I think some guys are used to play the Sony after going to the Century, and now some guys are just not going to Hawaii anymore entirely, and it
causes a long way to go for some.
It is. It's a mean trip back. Not going out there. I've gone to Honolulu twice. It's a beautiful place.
Oh, nice.
For both my honeymoon and my 5-year. So,
very nice. 2
more years and I'll be back there again.
Brennan goes. Oh, we almost got Brennan back. I would have liked that. Pick 24-25. Who do we like?
Rico
Bridgman?
Available?
Who is?
Got any Rico Hoey? No, he got taken as well. I don't mind Mav.
Let's see if I can get it. Nope.
Bridgman's cool, whatever. Well, we were going to go either way. We can go.
Nico is available. Harmon, Gerard.
Gerard is playing Sony, so that's good to see him still looking to pound some volume. So wherever you want to go. Yeah.
I'm cool with Gerard. I've been clicking him a bunch. I think I just like what I see. The fact that he went to Mauritius to qualify for the Masters, that's pretty badass. That's a long way to go.
Dude, there's like five people a year that can eventually, when their grandparents tell their grandchildren, back in my day, I went over to Mauritius and I almost won that tournament, but I didn't care about winning because I just needed to get into the playoff, and now I played the Masters, and then I finished top 12 in the Masters, and I went back the next year and I finished top 12 again. Who the hell knows? But it seems like a fun story to speak about.
If you finish second at Mauritius, you will get into the Masters, and then who knows? Maybe he has a great showing there. I don't actually know what his. Has he ever played the Masters?
No.
Yeah, that makes sense. He wanted to get in.
The Masters is a very, very special club. Yeah.
Yeah, and there's some weird ways to get in, but it is tough. There's a lot of guys who are not, expected to be in it, and we already actually know the field, right? The Masters field there's only a few more spots to get in, as far as I know.
Yeah. Basically, it's like unless you're like an amateur or USAM winner or whatever, unless you've won a tournament or inside the top 50, you're not going. So you got to be good which I
Have you visited
appreciate.
Augusta? Has that been a place that you've been?
I have not.
Yeah, me either.
I was in the clubhouse of Wildlife Country Club, and I tried to buy a hat, and they
Oh,
kicked me
cool.
out. So
Oh, really?
that's why I'm wearing this pink piece of crap. All right.
All right, we're back on the clock. We'll get back into the
Aaron
questions.
Rye is playing the Sony.
I
He's
saw
just at
that.
the
I have a
bottom of the
ton of
screen there.
Rye. I think. Oh, there he is. He's been falling, which I don't really understand.
Yeah, I'm cool with him. Do we want to go? Who else do we want here?
Knapp, Henley, Kirk, Novak, Grazerman, Harmon, Rye. You want to start with Rye or start with Harmon?
We got to get a Russell. We go Rye Russell. Got to get a couple in here.
Yeah.
Or do we want to go Rye first, and then we can maybe get Russell to fall to us again, or do you want to go just grab him now? Johnny Kiefer. Go Johnny Kiefer. Yeah, I like him.
Oh, I got him.
Beautiful.
Boom.
Good stuff. 20 seconds is not a long time because like you're missing like two seconds of delay on the stream. So it's basically like an 18-second clock.
And you're squinting and you're wearing sunglasses. It's hard to manage and hosting.
I'm seeing two things. You're doing great though. Aaron and then Russell.
Yes. Spieth, Bridge, Gerard.
So we got a backfull, like very mediocre golfers now. We have Scotty Scheffler. So this is like one of the lineups where I think Stars and Scrubs screams to us. This is where we've got to go, right? We got Spawn. I mean, the rest of our guys aren't necessarily like superstars though either. They're just like volume merchants, but that's okay too. Okay, so who are your late normie guys? This is the lane now that we got to go down.
Yeah, a lot of Griot, Whaley, some Patrick Rogers. I like Hisatsune. I think he can give a good stretch maybe in the middle of the tournament. Other late guys. I'll jump to my ranks here. I was drafting you for a while. I've kind of let off the gas. I like Smalley enough. I think Tom Kim's interesting. I like Bez.
Bez is not out at the Sony. I don't think I saw Tom Kim's
that was a bummer too, wasn't it?
Glover's not out there.
That was Glover not being there was a big bummer. All right, we're back on the clock.
You know, considering we've already got 6 Sonys, I don't mind taking Sammy either. I think if he doesn't play Sony, he'll probably play the next 6 maybe.
Yeah, I guess I expected to see him there.
I was hoping to.
Kurt is playing there, but I know you want to go some scrubs. I just feel like Kurt plays a lot of everything.
No, we've got the SIGs covered already now. So
all right, should we go
pick your favorite normie wherever you want? Yeah. Rasmus
not in the field for the Sony, but
we're fine. We loaded on Sony. We've got 6 Sonys already guaranteed.
Yeah, we're good. I do want to get some more Rasmus because I love the talent. The guys who are the DP World Tour, half and half. It's like one leg in, one leg out. You just never know what event they're going to show up to. I feel like.
Yeah, but he's got such immense like upside that he could like break the slate for that contest. You know, that one day.
There was a day Friday at the Houston Open last year. I was there with my dad, and it was pouring, raining, and we were walking around watching everyone. Scotty, Rory, everyone was there. But I noticed the Højgaard brothers were playing together. They were paired on Friday together, and we saw them play a few holes, and it was just kind of fun. They kind of stood out, big Callaway umbrellas, and I don't know. I feel like a lot of casual golf fans aren't really on them yet, but us who are like deep in the weeds, like we're pulling for the Højgaards for years now.
Well, I've been drafting like dollar season long things and then fantasy points season long things.
Yeah.
Has Wrighton gone yet? Can we get him this time around?
He has gone.
God damn.
Dude, he's rising.
What about we need a Farmers, but we need Cognizant bad, dude. Like horrifically bad. To me, like Bez and Vince Whaley are probably going to be playing the cog.
Yeah, I think that's what I'm hoping. So at least, do you think Finau will play it, or do you want to avoid him?
No, click Adam Scott real quick as well. We've got him for the second one too. He is playing Sony like already, and
yeah, that's right.
That excites me because it means that he knows what he's up
more
to
than we
right
expect.
now. He's got to He's got to play tournaments that we don't expect him to do. So,
Where do you want to go with this one?
You choose this one. I'm fine with whatever.
I'm gonna go Griot.
Cool. I will be doing a lot more griot from a Waffle House in Missouri in the next 14 hours. So
Nice. People forget T2 at the John Deere last year, and you know he's been around the block. So it's I can't remember that off the top of my head. Is he at the Sony?
Griot?
No.
Yes.
Oh, he is. Okay,
Yeah.
thank God.
Yep. So we've got
my new expectation is that all the players I thought were going to be there aren't there. So I know it's only a few in reality, but I can't. It's like, oh man,
Yeah.
I just updated all that stuff and now I can't even remember live.
Let me pull it up. Yeah, you do your thing. I put a list of disappointing players in the Discord earlier because I'm sad about these guys not showing up. Ben On, where the hell's Ben On? Not a signature event guy. Lost in the playoff at the Sony 2 years ago. Not showing up to the Sony.
Yeah, incredible.
No Griesemann, no Michael Thorbjornsen, no Wyndham, no Noren, no Valimaki, no Davis Thompson, no Higo, no Glover, no Mac Hughes, no Seabears, no Potgieter or Jaeger. And those are all like non-signature event guys that are just not showing up.
1, 2, 3, 4. Do we have a 1, 2, 3, 4? Do we have a fifth in the signature events?
Yeah, we're golden. We've got 6 people. We've got Scotty, JJ, Jacob Bridgman, Aaron Rye, potentially Ryan and Russell.
Okay, yeah, they'll play into it. They'll play in.
We don't even have.
Do you want to go Horschel? Do you want to go?
Yeah, I'm going Horschel about every single time.
Let's take Horschel. I need to get a little bit more, and I like him as well. I mean, I don't know if I was drafting a bunch of Horschel in the Albatross previously, and then I'm a pretty big TGL fan, and so the whole bias there, of course, like he's the guy in TGL, right?
But you know that kind of confidence. I mean, we saw him make a par left-handed a couple months ago. He's just come back from that injury, so I think he's like revved up and ready to go again. So sometimes late in your career, if you're just playing too much golf, things can get away from you. And I think just some time away has really helped him quite a lot.
No doubt.
We are dire, actually. I was not paying attention and filling out. And we've got a couple 5s and 4s in signatures. But again,
they'll play into it.
Billy, Sammy, and Rye is one of these guys that he's currently inside the top 30, so he is currently signature event bound.
Right, and he could maintain that, right?
If he maintains it, then we're good. If he doesn't,
how many sponsor exemptions do you think Spieth gets? Because I've slated him in for quite a few.
Basically everything except for API. Shout out Sam Saunders.
Yes, that's me as well. And I don't know about Travelers. I didn't really put too much thought into that one, so I kind of just left it up in the air. But I know that the API is probably the only one you could count him out unless he earns it. But I mean, he's going to get into Pebble and Genesis for the sponsor exemption, right?
Oh, for sure. I mean, he's Mrs. Maniacs is closing the door on me. Are we getting too excited about Sam Saunders kicking Jordan Spieth out of the sponsors invites? AT&T is his sponsor, literally on his bag. I mean, how would you not have him? I mean, he's literally the brand ambassador, so he'll be at that tournament like 99% certain.
That's what I thought too.
And then Tiger is not going to invite Jordan Spieth to his tournament.
Yeah, come on, that's Yeah. What do you think that Homa gets into the API presented by MasterCard?
Absolutely, I think he could, and the Genesis as well. I mean, he's a past champ. Is he a past champ at the Genesis? Or has he had like multiple close calls?
I feel like it sounds right, but I know he just likes to play in California because he's from there. But has Homa won the Genesis? That's a great trivia. He's won a few times. Yeah, of course. Yeah, 2021 Genesis.
Okay, a long time ago. Yeah, he lost to Rahm. He lost to Rahm the one time I was on him there.
And he had the runner up with John Rahm. You're right. So I mean because the whole narrative about Homa playing well in the West Coast, right? And that's kind of where he's from. That's where he plays, right? That's
No, he's due, and he found Pat got me on Homa a little bit because I think he's one of these guys that can literally want to morph his way into the signatures later on in the year for sure, especially when you can kind of bank on a Genesis early, potentially there, and an API. So, and if he has 1 or 2 good tournaments early on that West Coast where he's thrived, we're looking better. So,
no doubt. Yeah,
What?
I
What you
did
grinning at?
start to click more Homa, and I think what it came down to for me, I was like, just keep it simple. Like, Homa has been a great golfer in stretches, and he's not bad. He had a terrible year. Maybe it's a down year, but if he's in more of these non-signature events, he's head and shoulders above half of the field in all of the tournaments he's going to be in. He's going to be like a shoe-in for top 25s.
Shoe-in. And when it comes to Homer now at the John Deere, it was a little disappointing to watch him kind of like get rained on and just like melt away down the stretch there. I was like, literally, I think I was wearing this shirt that day. And
were you at the Deere?
Yeah, I love the Deere, dude. I go there all the time. It's just like 3 hours away from my house. So
okay, nice.
I played college conference there in 32-degree temperatures for 36 holes in one day, and it was like brutal, in the middle of April. So
nice.
Watching them play in nice warm conditions is quite disappointing to me, but he struggled down the stretch, even though he did finish, 5th. But the rest of the results are okay. They're promising, and the ball striking is what's exciting. That seemed to have found its groove again, because if you look down at the bottom of this page, how bad the iron play was early in the day.
Oh, wow. A lot of red.
So to see that kind of bounce back is very, 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 very exciting. I've said it too many times now. I can't think of another word.
It did seem like the beginning of the year kind of crushed his confidence a bit.
Yeah.
He did have that T12 at the Masters, but hasn't he's fared somewhat well there? I guess not. That's it was a T3 the year before. Of course.
It's like the only place he really actually plays well now. So hilariously, after being so bad there to start his career, or just in majors in general. So it was quite sad to see his game disappear after he started finding some major form, because that was like the next level he needed to go to. He just decided he'd try and get there from like 4 more levels down again. But there's opportunity for him to go. And we also drafted Adam Scott, who I think he gets to play the Genesis Invitational as well. I mean, past winner there.
Right.
So, and he's one of these dudes. I was looking at Adam Scott's like track record, just when it comes to making cuts, that's what he does, So if you're looking for a normie guy to just, because the difference between the normie events and the SIGs is, if you have 6 signature event guys, they all playing 4 rounds. Whereas if you only have 6 normies, one of them's likely missing the cut, potentially more, So having a good cut maker like Scott, or for maybe it changes this year, but Vince Whaley is one of these guys that just tends to just continue to play weekend golf all the time. He could be the next Sam Stevens.
Yes, I've been drafting a good amount of Whaley, because what I noticed, I started putting some data together. And I'll throw it out. It's over the entire 2025 season, so it does account for like the tournaments that are after the Open. Technically, in this tournament is less, but 80th percentile on making cuts for Whaley. So he's playing 98th percentile amount of rounds, compared to the top 200 golfers last year on the PGA Tour. He's way up there in rounds played. He's way up there in cuts made.
Yeah.
And the top 10 was not so bad. It was 69th percentile in top 10s, which is not terrible. That's defensible. So a little bit of a up year from Whaley. And if those numbers improve even slightly, or if they just maintain, he's going to pay off his ADP.
And look, it's ball striking that's keeping him. That's the best thing, is like good ball strikers make cuts. Good putters win tournaments, kind of thing. Like it's. Oh, sorry, that was not where.
Ooh, no worries. That's because I'm on
completely take that whole take back there.
I tricked you there.
This is Whaley. Whose profile was that we were looking
That was
at?
Homa.
Okay, I can't see the top because you've got your.
I know, that's my bad. I tricked you there, and we were talking about Homa for a while
in the distance. But I mean, look at those finishes. Granted, they Sanderson Farms and Butterfields and Iscos.
Yeah.
But that's what he's going to be playing at the John Deere and
exactly
the Cog and Valero and things like
he's
that.
Trending
I'm totally cool with him doing his thing. So looking good.
Yeah, he's gonna have a fun later click. So going back, which tournaments have you been to in person that are your favorites to go to, and which are you potentially planning to visit during the 2026 PGA season?
Man, I'm a dad and I'm working 2 jobs now. So like it's just a John Deere for me. Like
Love it.
I love going there. It's like my baby. It's sentimental to me. Obviously, before I die, I want to go to Augusta and
Of course.
obviously go there. If I were to pick one other place, I'd like to go Riv. I think that's a really cool course, and it's
Riviera.
yeah, it seems
Yeah.
really nice. And
I hear
I've
it's a
never been
great
out to the West
experience.
Coast, so
I didn't get to go during the tournament, but I got spoiled. A cousin in the family, she lives in San Diego, and she got married. Her rehearsal dinner was at Torrey Pines in the clubhouse. So we were at Torrey Pines, just walking around wearing suits, and taking some pictures and having some fun. We stayed nearby. I didn't get to play it that weekend. Regrets. But
mental pictures, that's still
yeah,
very cool.
I've been there. I've touched it. I've touched the greens. But so I'm in Houston. I'm Houston based. I like to go and make a weekend out of it, and try to get to go to the Houston Open. That's also my home course. Like when I'm going to go play golf tomorrow morning, I'm going to go to Memorial Park and go to the range. Like that's where I actually practice.
That's awesome, man.
It's sick.
Do you play much at the golf course itself too, or
I'd like to. It's somewhat hard to get on. That's an excuse, but I don't play it as much.
but you play it. Yeah. What is it like compared to
hard.
when you? It's as hard as it
It's
used to be. A
always
lot
tough in
harder for
tournament
them.
conditions. They don't. I mean, obviously, I play up, but it's tournament conditions essentially year round, and
Awesome.
it is not forgiving. So we got the first pick overall again. So it's another Scotty team. You can't
You're very
I'm
welcome,
terrible off
sir.
the tee.
You're
I
very
have-
welcome.
Yeah, it's luck. You're bringing good luck. I'm pretty bad off the tee. I'm trying to work on it right now, but it's not forgiving. You can get lost into the water hazards, and there's a few holes you can recover if you go OB off the tee or kind of out in the rough. But I think honestly, it's a very challenging course. Weekly when I go there, if I can make it there, obviously, like you said, dad duties and things. I'm going to the driving range. They have a sick 2-level driving range. The chipping and putting area is beautiful. The clubhouse, they've got a burger bar, and like it's a fun little setup. So I like just to hang out around there. And it's Memorial Park is a public golf course, a public park. It's the biggest public park in Houston, and there's just a ton of people around playing tennis, running. There's a lot of activity. It's very fun.
Let's go, man. That's so cool.
Yeah.
It's nice to have something like that nearby, because the closest I've got is like Wakanda, which is where Ernie Elson, like Fred Couples and them play.
No, no.
Like it's here
Hard
in
to
Des
get
Moines, so and it changes around, but also those are country clubs. So we're coming up. Also, I need to see who we have available to us, because I'm struggling to like kind of figure out what's.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Could Cam Young make it back to the 112? Come on, AJ Smith takes him. Okay. Sungjae, Hall, Spieth. You said you didn't want Stevens.
I'm
Pendrith.
also out on Sungjae in general.
Yeah.
I'm cool. Let's go Nick Taylor. I know that's super random,
That's fine.
just to give us some time. And then what do we want to do for our third?
So you're not really in on Harry Hall as much, I'm feeling.
I'm cool with him. I think he's ideal for this kind of format as well. I'm happy with that. I'm cool with that.
Okay. Remind me, is he in the Sony?
I'm not going to
Is
give
he?
you that answer before I'm faulted on random stuff. Yeah,
Well,
sorry.
let me pick him, and then we can talk about it.
Yes, he is. He's in.
Yeah, I thought he
He is.
was. He's in a bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
I had Harry Hall on my team last year that was in the finals. I got 28th with my best team, and I had Harry Hall and Scotty Scheffler. So this is not too far off from that start.
Let's go, man. Did
Obviously,
you have
Harry
Harry
Hall
Hall
was
in
a
the
third-round
3
pick,
pick?
Yeah, he wasn't a 3rd-round pick, but still,
Yeah.
he paid off. He had a ton of points at the end of the year there.
Yeah, and there's finishing positions now, but for Harry, I pulled it up the other day. He from a top 10, a top 20 perspective, top 25s on the PGA Tour.
Yep.
Harry Hall is at a 57% clip. He's like top
that
20 on
sounds
the
strong.
PGA. It's
Yeah.
good. 0 top 5s last year.
So he's the borderline guy. He's just not getting there. He didn't have any wins. We're back up 24-25. Hoey, I think we both agree on. Where do we go after that?
I love a good Nico. I think
Is Nico? Oh, there he is.
There he is.
Okay, yeah. He was right next to Thor Bjornsson. The long names blended together.
So
nice.
We get both of those guys. We get the defending champ at the Sony as well. So we've got 4 Sony starts guaranteed, which I'm going to be focusing on making sure I've got guaranteed Sony starts, because that's the only information we can absolutely rely on right now.
Maximize that.
Guaranteed. So I'm going to change my settings to like round 1 stats. Get my guys. These next 30 drafts are going to be get as many of these dudes with random combinations as possible out of round 1, and then just let it fly. Obviously, the way we draft, we still know we're patching holes later on, but I like it a lot.
Oh, Reeton goes in the 5th round.
Sony commit. A DP World Tour guy that's Sony committed. So
people are listening out there. I don't know. I think they're definitely listening to you. They're taking your advice. They're grabbing them early.
We've got too many people listening to what we're doing here. I'm gonna have to just, well, it's too late. The cat's out the bag. And I've only got like 5.5% right.
I need more. I don't have that much even.
Because I was thinking he would only show up for like maybe the farmers.
I guess that's
kind
of
of
what
waste management, like as a DP guy. All right. Lock in. We need what? It is just, I can't like keep up. All right.
I know, it's so quick.
Nico.
Nico is our last 2.
Yeah.
So we're pretty balanced right now, I would say.
Yeah.
We can
I don't mind Clark here either, because we got enough Sonys early, and I don't mind Kiefer either. I think
let's do Clark and Kiefer. Is it the new price on Brian Harman that you're not as excited about, or just you think there's other equally good picks later that are representative of the signature event kind of profile?
I was taking Brian Harman as my 5th and 6th option for signature events in round 8 and 9.
Yes.
And I think I've got more than enough of him now. I like taking some superior non-signature guys that Wyndham Clark or Rico Hoey could potentially rattle off a couple top 10s in the non-signatures quite easily.
Oh yeah.
And we are pretty stacked in the non-sig. I mean,
we're killing it with the non-sigs.
If I just take a peek, because Wyndham isn't at the Sony, but Rico is 40-1, and Nico's 30-1, and Kiefer's like 45-1, 50-1. So all inside the top 50 to win the Sony, which has got Russell Henley in it, and Colin Morikawa is playing in the Sony.
Strong field.
Maybe we can take Colin if he falls down. Where is he even still available?
Oh, he is. He actually still is.
So maybe if he falls, we can take him later, but people are listening, so probably not. It's our turn again.
On the clock here.
Noren's fine. I'm cool with that.
Yeah, I like that.
And I think Akshay committed to the Amex. I think he's going to be playing a little more too, but I'm cool with Chris Goddard is playing the Sony as well, and he is a signature event guy. Could give you some serious juice. Genesis and Scottish Open. Genesis and Scottish.
I'm cool. I clicked a bunch of Goddard up. His ADP has continued to kind of fall over the last 2 weeks. I'm not 100% sure why, but you put a guy on that 50-foot virtual simulator screen, and I become much more interested in clicking him, it seems.
We're such weird people that we decide to do this stuff.
We have favorites. If you see him on TV and you go, oh, that guy's good.
Exactly, dude. I'm plugging this in. I cannot keep up. I'm going to have to get some syrup on my fingers at that Waffle House to make sure that these fingers are
I assume you're going to be giving some live updates. You're going to drive out there tomorrow morning?
That's why I'm going to the Waffle House. The McDonald's wasn't like exciting enough for me. I need some stuff, activity around me to keep Waffle Houses on nonstop entertainment. There's like at minimum like 5 convicts in that building at all times.
Yeah, there's a lot of energy going on. As long as you got a hotspot or some decent Wi-Fi, that's a perfectly good place to launch some drafts. I was kind of following you when you were last season. Remember, did you ever go to like was it a Starbucks you went to one time?
Omaha Starbucks. There's
yeah.
So
you've been to some random spots just to get your drafts in. That's a true degenerate, and you love to see it.
Let's go. Is Harris English available?
Oh God, please come on now.
Yes. Okay, because we are
I saw Pengill. I thought it was English there. Okay. It's like really right when I highlight him.
And then
1, 2, 3,
we need some Sony still as well.
4, 5. Who did I see in the Sony?
I'm cool with Kevin. Kevin Yu's playing the Sony.
Sure.
And Kevin Yu is not in the signatures at all.
That's correct.
So to me, he's a volume almost certainty unless he does something extremely well early. So
we'll do Harris and Kevin.
Yeah.
Harris
helps us significantly at the Farmers, which I hope he plays.
Right.
And then
of course, right.
Kevin Yu. So we're going to have a John Deere problem again, but I think everyone's going to have a John Deere problem.
Have you been clicking? And I guess, I wonder, does a guy like Kiefer, he shows up at the John Deere, right? Like, you think he'll get there? And then,
I think Corn Ferry Tour guys play the John Deere a lot.
Yeah, of course. Does Goddard show up there, though? That's the big question, right?
He likely doesn't, but I don't have him scheduled to play there.
Right.
For us. So we can find a certain John Deere Classic guy. We are looking better.
Have you been clicking any Tom Kim?
0. Not a lot of him. I'm a huge fan of Tom Kim.
He's got to find something.
But he's been struggling a little bit lately. Like, to me right now, like a Neil Shipley is like the perfect 12-hole here for us because, he just gives. I know he's going to play the John Deere if he just plays good golf, and
he's also playing the Sony.
Yeah, exactly.
We saw him,
and he's good at golf. This is his first full-time career on the PGA Tour. He just dominated on the KFT. You don't just go to the KFT and just make it through there, man. You got to make a lot of birdies.
Oh, for sure, for sure. That's the thing. We've, year over year, we're seeing really high quality golfers, young golfers come out. And I think there is something there that you just want to be, it's better to be 1 year too early than 1 year too late, right?
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. I think, and he's a good talent. And in majors, he tends to pop too. I think at least maybe some recency bias because he was one of the rookies that, made it to the Masters and played with Tiger. He played with Tiger as like a on a Saturday at the Masters, I think, is like, imagine just telling your grandkids about that. That'd be
fun.
That
was so fun. So fun. And just getting to see Tiger play and cut it up. And, I feel like he's opened up more and is willing to, he's being more of a bridge builder, right? He's turning around and pulling up guys with him on his way out of his, making these events. So it's nice to see.
I
did jump right into another one and it auto-filled.
Let's go, baby.
So let's get right into it. I'm going to let my dog into the other room. She's trying to get out. Be right back in a sec.
Okay. So we got the 3 pick. Scotty, hopefully someone goes Burns or Si Woo. I love just getting Ben Griffin. Woo is him and Russell Henley. If you can get a Russell Henley, Ben Griffin team, you could have a 1-2 Sony combo. They are 1 and 2 on the odds boards. 11 and 12 to 1. 11 and 13 to 1 to win the Sony. Ben Griffin, Russell Henley.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
And then Collins got to be up there too. I'd assume it's probably like what?
Close? 17, 20 to 1. Yeah, which is insane. Like, if you ever told us that Colin would be like 20 to 1 to win the Sony Open, I mean, that's not good. Yeah, 17 to 1, Colin. So
makes sense. McIntyre must be up there as well, but he's a little bit slept on.
Sure. So I'll just rattle off here the top 10 guys on the odds board for Sony. Russell Henley, Ben Griffin, Hideki, Morikawa, Siwoo, McIntyre, Spahn. Under what are those guys all doing ahead of JJ Spahn? Keegan Bradley, Mav McNeely, Harry Hall.
Oh, nice. We're on the clock here. We could do a Sam
Bobby Mack.
Burns.
Let's go Bobby Mack.
Bobby Mack. Let's do it. Let's pull him up. Let's take him. I guess I did see. I knew Hideki was playing the Sony, and I'm not surprised that he's there. But I feel like the strength of the Sony this year, it's somewhat taking on a little bit of the Century field strength, a little bit. Some guys just want to start the season. They don't want to wait for, to come back to the West Coast. They want to start early, right?
Absolutely, dude. I think Colin has probably been practicing putting like crazy in the off season, and you want to go and see what you've been working on under the gun. So go out there and see what. I like that a lot. It's inspiring to me to know that Colin's going to go play the Sony. Sadly enough.
Back on the clock, Cam Young, of course. Straka. You know Cam Young?
Yeah. Cam.
Nice.
Let's go. That's like a major juggernaut team there.
It's fun. It's a fun start. Shout out to Coolers. What's up, FK Coolers? How we doing? Also, my main man Hartman in the chat. I've seen Hartman in some of these scramble streets. He doesn't know what he's doing, but love to see him in there. No, I'm just kidding, man. Thanks for stopping by. And then Jeff T, aka Money Ain't a Thing, says you're in my draft. Jeff, what is your username on Underdogs? Because somehow I don't remember, and I'm assuming I'm going to get it wrong. But
that accidental victory one.
Is it accidental victory? It could be.
I don't know. Just based off of his name on YouTube, it seems like it's the longest name out there. So,
Jeff, I know you've said your name, and I know I've known it before, but I cannot for the life of me think about it. Which one it is? Let me know. Yeah, it is. It is accidental victory. Okay, that makes sense. Looks somewhat familiar. He goes Ben Griffin, Sepp Straka.
Okay. Bobby Mack, Cameron Young.
And then we could do Spieth. Or Nick Taylor.
I'm cool with either. Whichever one you want to go with.
Spieth is in the field for the Sony, right?
Yep.
Okay, let's go Spieth. I got to pull from my guy. I want to see him just have a year.
Yeah. This is, in my opinion, like a 3-4 spot is perfect because you can snatch. Like being stuck on a turn, there's too many guys in between you that you can't really like grab a faller at the beginning of a draft, like unless it really falls to you. Like that JJ Spahn, Scotty Scheffler lineup is, I hope we can do some good work with that one.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. It'll do some damage. Side note, we'll make this pick and then we're kind of in between, but we're Hoey's still there. Pendrith is still there.
I'm cool with Hoey.
Yeah.
In the
Hoey in the fourth
is what it is.
Spieth and Hoey is a fun non-signature event combo to start with our 2 signature event guys.
I'm ultimately just anticipating Spieth to be signature. So,
oh yeah,
but we are going to be probably getting 7 starts from him.
A bunch early. If he does what he says he's going to do, and then by the end of the year, I think it's fine if he's playing slightly less events, but we have to compensate for that, right?
Yeah. Dude.
Let's see. Gerard. Jeff goes Gerard. Do Nico again. Thorbjornsen.
We've got 3 Sonys. I'm cool with Thorbjornsen.
Okay.
Over here.
Let's throw him in. What's the worst thing that can happen?
Doesn't show up to the Sony. God damn.
I know, that's kind of depressing. Oh, what I was going to say is, so I went to school at the University of Texas, and I was taking this marketing class, and the very first day, the professor, I'm sitting kind of in the middle, kind of in the second row, whatever. The professor points to the spot right in front of me, essentially, and goes, "You see that chair? That's where Jordan Spieth sat. I taught Jordan Spieth." And I was like,
that's awesome.
Great, I guess.
That's such a flex.
I know.
But
Yeah, I
just
guess
such an obnoxious one too.
that would have been 2014 or around then. So it was prime Jordan Spieth time. But okay, back on the
Wrighton,
clock.
should we get ourselves a share of Wrighton before the guy disappears on us?
Yeah, I'm searching for him, and I queued him up. We can grab him here.
Let's go, baby. Okay. So we in round 1 are looking fours across the board right now, at least on my side of things. We need a couple signature event guys, actually quite a lot. So we've loaded up early on.
Yeah, there's always some late too. They always
exactly.
stick around.
And we went a little hard at the paint in the beginning drafts with some names. I'm cool with.
We could do Novak or Denny. Do you have a strong preference there?
I'd probably go Novak.
Yeah.
Because there's a chance he can like finish second. I don't know. Denny.
He was not at the Sony, was he?
No, he's not going to Sony. But
yeah. Just in general, I mean, it's like the top of mind right now. It's like we can't help but talk about it.
Well, it's the only thing that's certain, for this contest, and we're not going to know who is certainly starting any other tournament.
Oh, Hartman says he got a good model from a guy to help me out.
There we go.
There we go. Love to see it. Shout out to the Model Maniac, aka Byron Lindeque. Check out his Patreon. Social media is linked below. Go get yourself the model. Join the Patreon. All that good stuff. We're on the clock again. We could do. I mean, do we need another signature event guy? Do we want to do?
I like Narin as like a sneaky, undercover SIG guy.
Yes, it totally makes sense. Did Norin there?
Okay, then we need Andrew Novak. Okay, we're looking pretty balanced across the board, yeah, don't you think? I think we can
hammer some more Sony guys
we need
now.
Two more SIGs, and then whatever else. Do we want to just go 2 normies next, and then
probably
just take whoever's left over for signature events later?
I think so.
Or we can go Chris Goddard up, right? I don't care. Like what, he's playing the Sony. We know he's doing that.
So up. I don't know why he's falling. I think he should be going in the mid 30s, early 40s, and he's been falling to like the late 40s, early 50s.
Let's go.
He's not bad.
Yeah. So we've got 5 SIGs. If you get 7 normies, one of them's got to make it in there at some point, surely. Law of averages. So.
Oh yeah.
So I think we just,
like you said, Norin, Spieth, those guys are so close to being in these signature events.
Yeah.
Or they already are.
From my projections, I've got Norin going pretty deep into the SIGs, because I mean he's 12th in the world. You can almost not play golf for a couple of weeks and still be top 30 in the world.
He should make it through the API, right?
Oh yeah. I think we only in question come like round 3 and on of this contest with him.
Do you want to grab?
Penge worries me with this illness right now.
Okay.
To me, this is like a Max McGreevy spot at the end.
Oh, he's still there. Yeah, I was looking past him, and like we did last time.
Yeah, happy to take him.
Let's take him.
Davis Thompson's not playing the Sony.
That was a big letdown.
That is huge because he's not signature events. So we are probably only going to get 4 from him, and I don't think Max is even playing.
Yeah, Max. I don't think he was there, but
that's fine. We know what Max can do.
How are we on the Sony now? Counting up, I think we're at. Is that 5?
6. We are at 6 starts.
Okay, we are good. So we are good
there. We are good in round 1. Like
so let's go for the back round. Let's plan for the end, the winning this thing.
Does Victor Hovland win the Open?
We could do Hovland. We could do Batia. We could do Fox.
To me, like Hovland gives us a guy that's
strong.
You could win the US Open. He could win the Travelers. He could win. Does Hovland play the Scottish?
He should, but I don't know if he did last year. He should though.
But him, I mean, I don't think he even knows. He did play the Scottish last year, so we're probably going to get 4 starts of a very good golfer at certain times in his career. So
playing the Scottish helps out a ton in this format, though.
Absolutely.
What we expect the low finish there to be.
Okay. We need the this fourth tournament in every single round of 2, 3, and 4 is like, it's the Houston, it's the Byron Nelson, and it's the John Deere. It's like all the ones that no one wants to play. So we need like
a middle guy,
a thoroughbred blue collar boy.
I was gonna say Hisatsune does well in the middle stretch. He did last year at least. But if you're thinking,
no, that's perfect. I think he's exactly money.
It could, does Homa need to play those events, or do we go with someone else who? Some of these veterans like to play the middle events. Hoagie.
Hey, Rio is perfect, dude. He what I was saying from like a blue collar standpoint is like just there's like a pretty certain chance that he plays those tournaments. He's not gonna get a sponsor's invite and play well in the signature, and then all of a sudden he's not playing any more normies. Like, I think he's a staple down the stretch for those
we forgot about Whaley. That's okay. I mean, he might have been gone.
Rio is cool. I'm cool with
Rio's
that.
good. Well, yeah, Whaley was long gone. He went in the 10th round, but he was kind of on our short list of chat plus ourselves hyping him up.
Yes.
Fun squad. These are the teams that I get really excited about because first off, it's not a Scotty team. And if you need Scotty to win, well, 5 out of 6 teams aren't going to win it. So whatever. But in a universe where you don't need Scotty, you got to push the limits. You got to take some guys that might play into the signature events. And you want to, we got Hovland super late. Like that's in this format. Is Hovland a good pick usually? No. But what if he is? What if he wins enough?
Well, for us, he was a great pick.
Yeah, he filled what we needed.
Because we needed a SIG guy. And we forced ourselves to take a very good player late in. I mean, Victor Hovland is a top 10 golfer in the world when he's playing good golf. Easy. Top 5, like it's something that we can really get excited about if you have a Victor on your team. And I mean, we got 2 really young superstars here with Thorbjornsson and Wrighton as well that can really have a breakout year as well, in my opinion. And Rico.
Yeah, I'm glad we got that Wrighton piece because I don't know why I've been so afraid to click him. I think it just comes down to him being a Euro and uncertainty of how much he's going to play on the tour, right?
What's going to be hilarious is he goes and he flies from Sony straight to Dubai for the other tournament.
Oh God, is he? Do you think he's going to for that?
I don't know. But
Abu Dhabi or whichever one it was.
Abu Dhabi, yeah. So I was expecting him to play both of those. That's the risk with the Euros. Like they would only typically show up for the Farmers or Waste Management. Then you're only getting 3 starts from them. But Wrighton's one of these guys that's also not certain to be in the SIGs because of his world ranking.
That's true. That's true. Is he top 30 right now, or he's close?
Christopher Wrighton.
He's 31,
31st in the world. So
wow,
that is like, in my opinion, it's like a perfect carrot to just dangle out there because it's not locking him up. At no point does being inside the top 30 lock his ass. Look at these high-end finishes too.
Yeah, very impressive.
I've been taking him in season-long earning pool leagues, like where you've got 15 people that you're drafting with.
Yes.
And Wrighton he might not be the most consistent guy, but he's giving you, if you can have 7 normies, Wrighton's a perfect 7th option. Like someone's gonna take care of his slack if he gets off to a slow start. Love Ben.
Here we are back in another draft. Rapid fire, 20-second clocks. We're getting after it. Oh, and look who it is. Mr. Hot Soup shows up, aka the 2025 Scramble champion. What's up, Hot Soup? How we doing?
He's been in too many of my drafts. So I'm almost like writing those teams off already now.
Do you remember back over a month ago? It was just the same names in all of these drafts. I saw you in a few of them. But it was just the same 10, 20 people just in all of the slows.
It was, and then we could figure out Mr. Shampoo was my biggest rival to start the year.
Yes. Okay. Do we take Sep here, right?
Yeah. You know, like Ben's playing the Sony, so we've got a really good golfer playing the Sony. Now we can just backfill the Sony. Sepp will play the Amex for certain, defending.
Oh,
So that's nice to
Hey.
see there.
Shout out to TJ. Thanks for being here, my man. Appreciate the kind words.
TJ, could you give us any insight into how big those weeklies are for the underdog drafts?
Yeah, any insight on the
Oh, but he did say it's 6x6, right? So it's what
6x6, that's 36. And I think last year they were around anywhere from 2,000 people plus on a given day. Sometimes they were 5,000 or maybe even bigger.
Yeah.
So it could be bigger. We'll see. Sorry, I'll have to go back, Jeff. I'll have to review your team, or Jeff, post your team on Twitter and tag me, and then it's the easiest way for me to get back and find it. But
perfect.
I'll definitely review your team, man. Okay.
Us again.
Yeah. Nick Taylor.
Nick Taylor. I'm cool with that.
Or Hall, or we take a third round M, or not even?
No M for me. I'm
okay.
Taylor or Hall.
Let's take a Taylor.
You know, at some point, volume means so much, but like if you're playing badly and still playing a lot of tournaments and playing badly, I don't want Sungjae. So
okay. Yeah, he was another guy that came to Houston last year, and he was in a grouping. I forget exactly who was in the grouping, but I think he was in. I think it was with Rory, or it was right in front of Rory and Wyndham Clark. There was just so many big name stars that came through Houston last year. I was impressed. It was cool to see them all in person. And I just remember seeing, Sungjae M was in that grouping. Okay, we're back on the clock. We keep taking Hoey, but it's like, why not?
I mean, why not, dude? He's just a juggernaut right now. So
yeah, I'm so in.
I'm in too. And I mean, I really hope he plays the cog. If he doesn't, it's gonna suck. But
yeah, what I guess because he's in the next 10, so he plays the Pebble and the Genesis, but then he's not in the API yet, so he should play the cog, right? Like, why not?
Yeah, we need him to just like top 20, make a bunch of birdies, have a triple here or there.
Nico, Bridgman, or Gerard? How you feeling?
Gerard or Nico, or let's go Bridgman. Oh, sorry.
I might have gotten it in. Let's see. No, I don't think I did.
Is it Ryan?
I did.
Bridgman. Nice.
Nimble fingers. I froze the system. Actually, TJ paused it there for a second there, and I put that
in. Okay, so struggling on Farmers and Sony in round one currently, but that kind of Farmers and Cog, but everyone's struggling Cog.
Oh, Jeff T, that's right. I knew you didn't have Twitter. I knew that because you always tell me that. You're always like, hey, make sure you post it to YouTube. So, yep, I got you. But I will pull the team up. Actually, I can do it on my phone after this draft, and then we'll be able to see it. I'll pull it on screen, but we'll see it. I want to go Thor Bjornsson, but who are we avoiding if we keep taking him? Not crazy about Grazerman, right? Novak sometimes falls. You want to go Clark or Knapp?
Go Knapp. Let's go Knapp.
Yeah, let's go Knapp. Let's change it up. We gotta. To me, there's, and it's not real life golf, but there's like certain kind of profiles like Thor Bjornsson, Knapp, guys who hit it far. Playing in certain similar events, I guess. But I guess Knapp's now in the Sony and Thor Bjornsson's not, so there's some difference there. He's still there. I'm open to it, but what do we really need on this one? We've got 4 signature event guys, 2 normies.
Kiefer. Or Matt McCarty.
Oh, damn.
Okay, that's fine. We've got 5 Sonys already, man. So
McCarty's another good shout. He's also at the Sony. I think McCarty just kind of, he plays enough events. It's interesting. Oh, damn. Kiefer did go.
That's okay.
Boom. Thinking ahead.
You can't say anything in case no one's looking, but definitely take Marco Penge over here.
Yeah, we're going to go Penge with this next pick, the Euro that we both want. I did draft a decent amount of Penge. I am worried that he just skips so many events and goes here and there, but should we go?
Yeah.
Reading first or trying to push him past
No, there's no need to do that. We can get whoever we want after this. We want our guy. We want our
Yeah, don't
gladiator.
get cute with it.
Don't get cute.
It's like in the NFL drafts. It's like, well, I do have CeeDee Lamb. Maybe I can push Dak Prescott one more pick, and then the guy takes the unstacked Dak Prescott, and you're like, son of a bitch.
Because his dog needs to take a piss, and he's running off to go and let him out. And
no, that's
relatable. Back. Like that's. And if you're doing it on DraftKings, dude, that's even worse. There's
he was listening. He took Pinge.
We have 7 Sonys right now, which is delightful.
Kirk, Kayama, English, Horschel.
Oh, English. Let's go.
We got him.
Nice.
Where did Henley go? I didn't notice him off the board, but he's not there. He must have gone much earlier. I just didn't see it happen. Yeah, Henley did go somewhere in here.
6th round. I mean, that is just it's banana land. I don't understand it. I understand he doesn't play a lot of golf, but he had like the 3rd most top 10s on the PGA Tour last year. Like,
I love him for the Albatross, especially. He's been a guy I've been hammering in the Albatross.
Yes.
Yeah, I think it was my most drafted Albatross guy last year, if I'm not mistaken.
Let's go. Yeah, and I think I'm excited for the major. It was what? The Albatross is the majors, right? So,
yeah, majors only. Yeah, majors only PGA. It's so simple, but it's so nuanced because.
Okay. We're not going with anyone that starred. We're scrolling.
All right, let's scroll.
Find some names that you haven't clicked that you like.
There we go. That I haven't clicked tonight or at all?
Or whatever. Tonight, ever.
I don't have a ton of Finau. Cootie, I could use some.
13,
Takumi, Kanaya, but a lot of cuts. You want to go with Whaley?
Yeah, go with Vince.
Yeah.
And then now you got to go deep down the barrel for this. And granted, we do, if we want, we probably need another SIG guy. We're only sitting with 5.
I don't have a lot of Ekro. We could do Bo, Kevin Roy. These are just guys, but they're going to be playing.
Let's go.
Van Rooyen.
EVR. Adam Scott. Go Adam Scott. Screw it.
Okay, I'm in.
I can absolutely see him getting invited like to some signatures for us that we might need, but between Thor, Knapp, Rico, Vince, McCarty, Brighton, one of them gets into a SIG for sure.
Yeah, no doubt.
I've drafted McCarty for us, and we don't even have him yet. So,
did you pull him off?
Yeah, he's good. Adam Scott's still fine.
Okay. Last pick.
Let's go with the signature event guy. Though we need to let's make sure we get at least a couple of, like Rosie. Want to go Rose? Have you done much Rose?
I have not really, and I want to because just for the love of the game, but it's hard to get there. Vegas is like a terrible version, but I think Vegas plays some of the non-signature events.
Yeah.
And anyone can win, right? That's what we were saying earlier. Even if it's not a fun, it's not a sexy pick to go Vegas, but anyone could win. But no, I'm definitely there for Rose if he's still there as the preference. Shane Lowry's still there.
I've been taking too much Shane Lowry.
Yeah,
I have dreams and hopes that he shows up to the Cognizant. It's like the one tournament that he can probably win in his career again. Yeah. I would be shocked if he doesn't show up there to try and win the thing. But
Ryan Fox is still available. Is that just? But
that's a solid option because he's signature as well and plays some solid
Canadian.
Rose also does. But
you want to go Rose or Fox?
Rose. No. I don't know. You decide.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I threw in Rose because I haven't clicked Rose yet, and if this is, might as well fit him into some teams. Rose and Scott. I put that thought in your head. I told you it was two of my favorite golfers to draft in the scramble 2 years ago when I got.
Let's go, dude.
Yeah,
we got a Wrighton one in it too, so that's nice.
Yeah.
We got 2 Thunder Bears there. The 2 Scandinavian guys. Oh no, Michael Thorbjornsson is an American.
Surprisingly, with the name like Thorbjornsson.
And Harris English, also another American.
Yeah, English, but just in name.
English only in name. Beautiful. All
Fun
right.
team.
We got one more in us, right? Surely. How long
Oh,
do you
yeah.
normally what's
How
your
long do my
longest
streams
stream
usually go?
Yeah, like what's your longest stream you've ever done?
Oh, I've gone over 4 hours. Not on an average night, but we do some sicko stuff in the deep depths of hot best ball summer. We've done, easily 4 hours is a pretty big stretch, but sometimes you get in here and you're just because these go faster. These are much faster. It takes almost an hour to do one NFL draft,
Yeah.
right? So if I'm gonna do 3 or 4, that's almost 4 hours already. And then you
Yeah.
talk with people and you have a guest on. But yeah, no, I haven't done anything too crazy. I know there's some guys in the streets who will do like 12-hour or 24-hour streams and they just go nuts. But I think my longest is I've done maybe 2 or 3 just over 4 hours. And I probably have a dozen or 2 dozen that are well over 3.5 hours.
How do you remain entertaining for 12 hours? Never mind.
You could argue I'm not.
No, but I guess
for
if
12 hours. No, for 12 hours, it's insane. People are just watching them fall apart and like slowly die on the inside.
maybe that's what people are tuning in for. They hate watching. It's just like, let's go.
No, it is funny. I remember, I had some buddies in the NFL streets doing like their 12-hour or 24-hour streams last year. And I'd be doing my normal day. It's like a Saturday. I'm doing stuff. I'd go to the park with the kids. I'd go swim. I'd go whatever. I'd go to the gym. I'd eat dinner, come back. I check in to see where they're at. It's like 8 hours later, and they're still just there on the screen, just like dead, laying in front of, like, they're just, you can see their eyes sunken. And
I don't understand that. I don't understand that at all. Because I've done a couple like 4-hour ones where I've done the research stream, like,
oh, of course,
where there's no timelines or deadlines. There's no stress on that one. That's just super chilled. Whereas like constantly drafting would be nuts.
How would we feel about a 10 entry, 150 max, 100,000 prize pool would require 11K entries? That seems pretty big. I bet you. So what I would think first take on that seems very big. I bet you that could work for some of the more hyped up events.
Yeah.
Like Masters and players and certain things.
Waste management for sure. Yeah.
Waste management maybe people start to think about it once football's over. That seems pretty big, but that's, bigger is better.
But it's 150 max. There's sickos out. Like, what is 11K divided by 150? Like people do that.
No, it's you're what is that? Is that even 1% or is that 0.1%? I can't do math great right now. It's Friday.
150 times 10 is 1,500. It's less than, it's just like roughly one. Yeah. So
like 1%. So I would think for the weeklies, it's going to be somewhere between 5 and 10. It's going to be either $5 or $10. And I don't know about the max, but I could easily see myself would need 11K entries for that to fill. I feel like that'd be a lot on like the basic events. Yeah, I think so. I bet you, and you probably have some data from last year on what the dailies were size wise, because I know some of the Thursday ones were bigger than like the Saturday ones. People just kind of trail off a little bit, and maybe the Sunday ones are bigger. But I would think, so what would that be? A 50K prize pool would be half that size, so like 6K entrants. I feel like that's possible. Or you do the opposite and you just make the entry 5 and then you have just as many entries. But yeah, I'm sure there's something close to that. I think what would that be? It'd be like some kind of ratio to this setup, but just maybe like a third as big or half as big, and then the price point going up or down, kind of moderating that. But
I think the like 150 lineups. I don't know if anyone can like to do.
Some people are sickos. They will. In 1 week, I could not manage that many without autoing, and I don't like to. I wouldn't want to auto. I'd want to like manually do them. So personally, I see myself on a Wednesday doing at least. And if they're 6x6, they go twice as fast as this. I can see myself doing at least 10 lineups on a Wednesday night, and then maybe having 5 or 10 other ones I did off stream.
Like a 20 max.
Like
a nice 20 max would be
20 max. Or I know sometimes they do, I think 50 max, but there's nothing to stop someone from doing 100. Like, it's possible to do 150. I wonder. It'll be interesting to see Underdog kind of navigate that for the first couple weeks, the first couple tournaments, and
it
where
would
they
be
end up on that.
fun to draft against other people doing 150 max because you'd probably be going up against auto drafters anyway, too. So
Yeah.
you know, for us guys that are behind the shades and the screen, just lurking, you know, take that value that they just let us that slip through the cracks.
Do you remember you've seen like people like obviously auto drafting and like you can kind of predict like what they're going to do because they always make the exact same picks. Like there was that a little bit of that for a while, and I definitely see it during the majors only.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, that's I never managed to get around to any you know, albatrosses last year because it's hard, you know, not being in the States. So
Oh, right. No, I totally understand from your perspective.
how is Iowa like we're on an island here? You know, everything around, I could drive in any direction and land up in an underdog state from here. It's just like, but 120 max, 1-3 max. That makes a lot of sense to me.
I don't know. I don't not to dox you, but I don't know if we mentioned, but whereabouts in Iowa or like
Des Moines area.
I've been into Des Moines. I've been around Ankeny and then actually Ames. I spent some time in Ames.
Yeah, so like half an hour from all of those. I'm like I'm in Dallas Center. I'll just say it. Like that's the town I live in. It's like 1,500 people. If you go knock, you could potentially knock on every single door in a day around this town.
Nice.
So
no, it's beautiful out there.
You'd find me. It's just like, for me, I've got so much anxiety going on in my life that I just living in the wilderness over here is like ideal. You know, so I can walk outside and just rip a good one and no one will hear me. You know, my neighbors are too far away. So
yeah, perfect.
It's
beautiful
nice.
part of the country. I got to see a little bit of it. Like I said, around there, and then we went out. We were driving around. I'm a hospital planner, so I plan hospitals, and we do a lot of like rural hospitals and stuff, and yada yada. So I was out there helping one of the hospitals, and we're just looking and learning about like all the communities they served and things.
Yeah, Iowans are Midwesterners in general are pretty, you know, loving people, but there's no dog tags or anything like that yet because you can watch your dog run away for like 3 days. You just like stand on the top of your house and just like find him on the horizon eventually after 48 hours of watching him gallivant out of your town.
I could see that.
Scotty, have we gotten 60% Scotty Scheffler on the stream?
Streamer luck. That's the influencer 101, baby.
You're most welcome. I mean, you have drafted like probably a fifth of my total Scotties on this one stream. So
you're helping me out a ton. I was right at 17% Scotty. I've gotten him twice at the 102. I was doing some Twitter bragging about that recently. I had a stream on Monday night with Mike from Mike's Money Picks, great guy. And we were on his channel and doing some. And I mentioned that I had gotten Scotty at the 102 back at like the very first week of December, randomly in a slow draft. And he couldn't believe it. He's like, who would do that? Like, that's never going to happen. It's never happened to me. And then the next morning I sent him a screenshot on Twitter where I got Scotty at the 102. And I was like, it happened again.
If you're watching this, unless you are going to draft with Candyman over here, Chris, go ahead and take Scotty Scheffler second. Or take someone ahead of him because then Chris can get another one. But it just makes zero sense to me why people would do that. That's just like, he's easily just the best golfer ever. Like, just undoubtedly, you know, like that is just getting way too cute, not taking him.
Yeah. And it is funny though, because some people are like, oh, maybe this is not the format where you'd want Scotty. It's like, he was on each of the top 3 teams last year that finished top.
Yeah,
1, 2, and
3. He's good. He's like a elite, better than anyone, and plays a decent amount. You know, like we haven't taken any Tommy. I'm bullish on Tommy. I'm bullish on Tommy.
Okay, he is a guy. Mm-hmm. No, let's make these picks, and we'll talk more about him. So if we go Tommy, who's our third pick?
Like a Tommy Harry works quite nicely because you're getting like a lot of volume.
Yeah. No, that I
You
think
know.
that I like that. And we haven't clicked Harry Hall much yet. I think we got
No.
him one time, but
Because
this is a round 4 hammer with Scotty, Fleetwood, and Hall. We could have all of the winners of all of the round 4 events except for maybe the Canadian.
cool. So this kind of starts like screaming to me.
By the
I
deer.
really have enjoyed. You've watched, so the little 363 type build. Yeah, it's like,
Yeah.
especially with Scheffler, Fleetwood, and Harry, because we've got 0 cogs and 0 farmers starts with these 3. For me, do you have Harry playing the farmers?
Let me see. I have to check that because I just off the top of my head, I honestly don't know. Obviously he played it last year, but that was before the signature status, right? So I don't know because he's got to take a break at some point, right?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, because I know he plays the Phoenix and then
In both signature events
Yeah.
now. And then does he play the cog? Well, okay. Corey Connors seems like a clear choice, doesn't he?
yes,
And then with our second pick,
we need a farmers guy. We need a good player playing the farmers, and we need some normies.
that should and could be Nico, right?
Nico and Wyndham, but also like
We'll get Wyndham. He'll still be there, I think, right?
Yeah.
Or do you just want to grab him?
no. Let's go Wyndham, because I don't think Nico actually plays the farmers either.
Okay, let's get Wyndham Clark.
Whereas the farmers, I think for Clark makes a lot of sense from his game. I think his power and distance is ideal for that kind of a venue.
Good, yeah. I'm a fan of Wyndham Clark. It's kind of a head case, but who isn't? Which golfer isn't? I mean, they all are, but the best ones are very even keel.
Do you think like betting on golf is harder than any other sport, because
It's so mental.
golfers are like so much more unlikable at times, because it's just them. They're not on a team.
Yeah.
They're like in the public image, and that one person can just let you down significantly. Whereas a football team, the quarterback can throw bad, and like you can blame the quarterback for your wide receivers' poor production. Whereas just golf, it's not impacted by anything else.
There's something to that, and there's something to. I think in retrospect, it seems so obvious. I'll make these picks. Knapp is available. You're saying farmers though.
Knapp and Sammy.
And Sammy. Yeah.
Those are like, we've got some. If once the farmers rolls round and we remember this exact moment, remember Wyndham Clark, Jake Knapp, Sammy Valimaki, they're going to be inside the top 15 on the odds board. I'd imagine.
Number 1, number 3, and number 7.
Let's go.
Finish.
So
perfect. Ton of points.
Then we go there, and then I think we just keep finding some Sony starts. We only got 3 Sony starts right now, too.
Yeah, we're 7 picks in.
Colin.
Oh, what I was gonna say, about the golfers and it being a solo sport and making it and all of that, like part of why it's so maybe emotional or just like kind of nerve-wracking on one guy's shoulders. Can he hold it together? Oh, and in retrospect, it's so obvious to be like, oh, Scotty's going to win 6 events or 4 events or whatever in a given year, but it's always hard to know in the moment when it's happening, right?
Keegan, right?
Yeah, I like the Keegan pick. Keegan's a good does well for this team.
And you want to go Fox?
We definitely can. I think this is not a bad place to take him. We need those sicky guys. And
actually, hang on. Have you clicked? Don't click his name. Let's go. Oh boy, let's go Max Homa instead.
Ooh, yeah, no, that's a great. That'll help us out early as well, right?
Because we've got enough. I mean, we are we are locked in on signature events right now. So that's if you believe Max is going to turn it around a little bit.
Yeah, and I think so. We have to tell ourselves a certain story with each of these drafts. You know, how does this team win? How did we get there? It's the Open, and it's Saturday going into Sunday, and we're looking at this team and we're sweating it out because we're in the final and we're on the top of the leaderboard. How did we get there? That's what to work backwards now. We're already there. What other pieces do we need with these last 3 picks to make sure we ended up, you know, in that spot? And then, because I think we have the guys that can win it once we're there, but how do we get there?
Okay. With people that aren't even on the screen right now, the next 3 guys are going to be, there we go. Let's like reach for Vince. Berger's playing Sony, by the way.
I kind of like, I like that he is.
Very much land up playing the cog. I'm not going to slate him for that, but I think he's.
You think Berger plays the cog too? He plays all 7 events, and maybe skips one.
Oh, he's a signature guy, so there's going to be a couple that he.
Should we do Berger, or do you want to grab someone else?
Let's go Smalley. Screw it. Or grow, yeah.
No, let's get Smalley. I think I've liked his kind of trajectory and some of the finishes he had.
He's just a guy that you're never gonna click his name anyway. You know what I'm saying? Like, that is going to help you get there because he's gonna just have a good year. These guys have been doing whatever for the last 6 weeks. Some of them have been sitting on the couch eating cheesecake. Some of them have been grinding on the range. You know, like, apparently Xander showed up to TGL a little overweight, according to Joe Idoni. So
somebody said that. I don't know if I'm just hearing you repeat it
Joe
twice
Idoni.
now, or...
Yeah.
Who did?
Joe Idoni, Tour Picks. Said he's got that baby weight going on there. So
that's hysterical. I love that. That's like what people say about like Patrick Mahomes when he shows up, or like they'll say it like there's just always something with it. Anytime there's like the top athletes in a sport, people are like, oh, he's looking out of shape.
He's looking out of shape. You know,
it's a narrative.
Tell you what, like a little bit of puppy fat is it just
maybe hits the ball a bit further. Who knows?
Yeah, you never know, man.
Get that club head speed up, get the ball speed up.
Yeah. And Xander hits it far already, too, which is insane. Like, I couldn't believe how actually short, when I saw him first time ever in real life, dude's like 5'6".
Yeah, I don't know that I've seen him in real life. I'm trying to think.
He's tight. Well, you wouldn't have seen him in a crowd because everyone's standing on top of him. You know, like he's small. He's a very, very small dude.
Yeah, true.
Packs of punch.
These offers are our last pick. What do we need? What do we need?
We need technically a signature event starter.
Hoagie? No.
Dude, I don't know about Johnny Vegas, to be honest with you.
I threw Hoagie in there at the last second.
Okay.
He does all right at the Players every once in a while, and that's a nice event to be at.
I think Hoagie had we can both relate to this. Hoagie had his kid like last December, I believe, and then showed up to Hawaii. I think he was first round leader back-to-back events or something, at the Sony and the Century. And then easily had like the worst performance of his PGA career, worst season. It was just.
Yeah. You know what though? This is a guy with a lot of course history. It looks like his putting fell off. This is him. Putting fell off kind of later, but
and the irons for him, you know, like at the end of the
in this middle range. This is a guy. He's
at the top.
He's not in his prime, but. Actually, he might be because we're redefining what's your prime in golf. We've got all of these mid to late 30-year-old golfers winning events last season. Henley, Spawn, Rory, to name a few. Why not Hoagie this year, winning maybe 1, maybe 2 events, or just at least a lot of top 5s?
You know, I would not be shocked if that happened. He's also maybe he's found something on the range in the offseason. Because, I mean, if you scroll down a smidgen there, like what was really concerning to me was that approach play to end the year. Like for him to lose 5 straight on approach, this dude was the second best iron player behind Scotty Scheffler for many years.
It's like his calling card, right?
It's his thing. So
yeah.
like having lost the plot that's concerning, but maybe he bounces back. That's the thing, is like, do you reset expectations, or do you kind of glom on to like you're only as good as your last game? Like, I don't know.
I guess it was, yeah, the Sony. I remember. You're right. He was day one at the Sony as well. He was tied for first, and he just fell off because I do remember watching him tee off there last year on TV and being like, "Where is he?" And it was Sunday, and I'm like, "Where did he go?"
Where did he go? What did he do? What did round one look like for him at the Century as well?
Sure. Yeah, let's look at that.
While we're at it, I mean, we're 2 hours.
This
10.
is the fun. It's always I love going down these rabbit holes of.
Look at this. I mean, he swept the first round leader market on Hawaii. Like,
wow.
And that, I think, this T8 is the reason he's still in the signature events.
Yeah, I would not be surprised. You're right, because he had one or two other. The players and the Valero. Players and Valero. Memorial's not bad either. Actually, not terrible. I mean, if we're gonna start rewarding these high finishes, he's got a nice little profile here. Obviously, I don't expect him to completely repeat this, but we think the reason we draft him is he could do a little bit better. He could win something. I think he's on the cusp, right? He's a guy that could just win any given season, kind of like a Chris Kirk. You might not see it coming, but all of a sudden he has a win.
Amen, dude. Amen. Let's go. And between him and Colin, I needed to just remove them from my rankings because I've been too lazy to upload my own rankings because I just use the tool.
Yeah. No, I'm happy to have him into my exposure. I could use some more Hoagie, and he's one of those guys that I think it's really interesting. Obviously, there's 50 signature event golfers, plus or minus the world ranking guys, but he's getting underdrafted to a large extent. And so that adds a little bit of value in a large field tournament where you could just show up to the 261 finals and there's 3 Tom Hoagie teams, right? Or there's 5 of them versus there's going to be dozens of all of the other middle round guys. Like, even though we love English, we love Henley, like they're going to, if they're guys who help get you there, they're going to be on a ton of teams because they get drafted every single draft. They're in the top 70.
I agree, dude. I couldn't agree more. And the way we drafted him in the final spot here, if I remove his name from the tool here, like the only issue that we have where we have 5s is the SIG events. Perfect. So even if he struggles, we've got coverage in every other tournament that he'll be playing.
We're covered in the majors too, right? Like he's not in all the majors, but we don't necessarily need him.
No, exactly. So I think that makes just too much sense from a roster construction standpoint as well late at the end there. So
love it.
I'm happy with that.
One quick question here from Scott says, what are the chances Adam Scott plays the COG? Decent? Maybe?
Decent. I would say way more likely than anybody playing signature events right now inside the top 15 FedEx Cup points. So the chance that he plays the COG is significantly higher than like 50 other people in this contest. And it would matter if he gets a Pebble invite, I think. If he gets a Pebble invitation, then he likely would have played 5 in a row, potentially plays the Genesis as well, and then gets a 6th state start there. That would be tough. If he gets a break at Pebble, then he would have gone Sony, Amex, Farmers, Waste Management, break at Pebble, probably gets invited to the Genesis. Maybe if he doesn't get invited to either of the signature events, I would say there's a 75% chance that Adam Scott plays the COG.
Yeah, and because it's still early enough in the season, if he doesn't find straight, success right away at these earlier other open events to get himself in the SIGs, then maybe he's still trying to get that right.
And the beauty of thing about Adam Scott is I think last year was the first year he went without a top 5, which for me in this format is not terrible because it keeps him in his lane the whole season. You need to finish top 5s in order to like get yourself into the SIGs. Like a slew of top 20s, you're going to get your ass kicked by everyone that's finishing 1 top 5 in that same stretch. So,
right.
Like he's so consistent. So from a fantasy output perspective, he's giving you way more like fantasy points than he is giving you like FedEx Cup points and dollars that will get you into the SIGs, right? So I think Adam's actually like a sneak option late now, especially after committing to the Sony. I'm excited about this.
I'll start clicking a little bit more. I'm excited for that.
Let's get one more, Adam. Come on, let's go one more. I'm like,
go one more. Oh,
one more.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
I'll
go
jump
fill
into
up my
the
glass
draft, of
quickly.
course.
Give me 2 seconds.
Yes, and I'm gonna do a quick review of Jeff T's team here, and then when Byron jumps back in, I'm sure he'll give some thoughts. But starts off with a Ben Griffin, Sepp Straka, Ludwig Oberg, Maverick McNeely, Ryan Gerard. You know, I'm not clicking a ton of Oberg, but you know, he could be a guy you need. I think it's tough in this format. We don't see him playing a ton of events. That's my only critique on your first 5 picks. You know, signature event guys. Otherwise, very solid. Wyndham Clark, we love it. Been clicking him a bunch. I also do like Rye. I'm a little bit worried about how many events he's going to play and what he's going to miss and this and that. But I like Rye. I've got a bunch of Rye. Colin Morikawa, similar to Oberg, incredible golfers. I just don't know how many events he's gonna play. We do see him in the Sony now, so that's at least good. Things are pointing up, and people forget, you know, how good Colin can be. Had a little bit of a down year last year, and not even that bad of a year. I think Colin Morikawa, if I'm not mistaken, go to the money leaders. He lower than I expected or higher than I expected?
He was lower. He was
much lower actually.
The
The
second at API helped him a lot, but
yeah, I can't even. Oh, there he is. He was 18th in money leader, and he's usually higher than that. But still, you know, not the worst. But that's because he's playing the expensive signature events. So Horschel, love it. Smalley, love it. Schmid is a fun pick. I remember you telling me about Schmid, and I've clicked him a couple times. I also just kind of worry, like the Euro guys, how much they're going to play. But Schmid seems very talented. Christo Lamprecht. I honestly, I don't know where to start with Christo, but it's perfect time. Byron's back. How do you feel about some of these last picks?
Well, a nice thing to go off of here is there's 2 names that I don't click at all on Buddy Ovia's team, which is a problem. I should have at least 1 or 2 lineups with these guys in it. So I need to get myself some Christo. He hits it so far. Like he's like 7 foot tall and he swings like effortlessly, but because he's so tall, like the gravity of his, like, look at that.
Yeah,
it looks like the Millennium Falcon. He's like,
it does.
Starter golf thing. Yeah. So just insane. Like, look at that blue column down the right.
Yeah. Look at the distance.
So crazy. So, I mean, at some point, if he finds a good putter, like a classic Texas Houston Open, Houston, like that. I don't know. Maybe I'm mislead, but like he seems very Min Woo-y to me in a way.
Oh yeah,
like
yes, exactly.
In a profile with some. Yeah, I think very much so. Maybe a little worse putter, but he's
in the field for the Sony as well. There it is, boom, in the field.
Let's go, dude. So let's
a good shout. It's a fun pick. I'm not as familiar with his game. It's a name I've seen around. I'm not very familiar with Christo, so that's a player I'll be keeping an eye on.
Yeah, he was a signature invite, not a signature, sponsors invite like 2 years ago at the Amex, I think, where 3 years ago, he got like maybe even 4. I have no idea. I know he played the Amex once as like this guy that just like, who is this dude? Why does he hit so far?
Yeah, very cool. Good shout. Jeff T.
So
keeping it fresh.
Let's go.
Yeah, he did win Torrey Pines, the Genesis at Torrey Pines, of course.
Yeah. This is information that is important that we didn't have yesterday, right? Or the day before.
Which information?
Amex sign up.
I thought we knew that Oberg was going to play there. Maybe I was just assuming it, but. Was that one of the ones they released? There's been a couple names.
At least more.
They continue. The MX continues to tweet them out.
Yeah, call it a week ago. We didn't know.
Okay. Yeah, a week ago. Yeah,
95% of people didn't know he was playing the MX. For certain. Now we know. So that's another start. And whether he defends it, oh God, But I think, do you defend the tournament or do you defend the course? This is an interesting situation he finds himself in.
That is very interesting. I assume you defend the tournament, but it probably makes him think, hey, I'm pretty good on this course too.
Very good point.
In the 3 spot.
3 spot, okay.
We haven't taken Burns yet, or do you want to go McIntyre?
To me, I think Mac is a better golfer than Burns,
Let's do it.
especially in
I've
majors.
seen some Burns. If I looked back, I'm pretty sure I have a Burns team from like November where I took him at pick like 25 or something.
Right. I'm completely out on Sam in the first round. Like ever since Sky went on with Pat and said that he's taking Burns 2, I couldn't be happier because I wanted more Griffin. So anytime Ben came to me at 3, I'm taking him 2, 3, 4. Anytime I can get Ben Griffin, I'm taking him.
Where do you put Schauffele? Are you still kind of into first round for Schauffele, or have you moved him around a little bit?
Yeah, if I've got a handy amount of him, I think I'm like sitting 15-ish% with Xander. So wherever I've taken him in the thirds, initially early on, we were taking him like second round, 4th pick kind of thing. I would take Ben before him. Yeah.
We've got Cam Young available to us. Rory goes here. Cam Young, Sep. I mean, I think we want to go Cam Young, right?
Yeah, I think we've got a Bobby Cam lineup already, don't we? So
yeah, we do want to switch it up.
Let's go with Sep. Yeah, why not?
He's good. He's very good.
Let me get this pulled up. I got 23% Xander, dude.
Yeah, you're a Xander bull for sure. For sure.
Because I wasn't like bullish on him in round 1. I'm totally cool where he's going now. It's like my second, third pick.
I don't know if it's what's changed, but I've seen him going higher and higher in the last like 24 hours or 48 hours. Maybe it's new people getting into the tournament and they don't have a Xander yet, so they're just taking him in the first round kind of thing.
That makes too much sense.
That's kind of what I'm thinking, because for a while, about a week ago, I could get Xander in the 3rd round for, in a couple teams, or late second maybe, but
let's go Tommy. We've got some volume early with these guys.
Yeah. Every time I click Tommy, I just wonder, and with McIntyre too, it's like, do I have the future winner of the Genesis and the Open? Like, these are guys I'm thinking of for those courses. And I also wonder though, it's like, is it not so much? I mean, the Genesis counts for a lot. The Open counts for somewhat, but it's really the Deer and the Genesis are going to count for so much in the final round, right? So you might as well have a big lead and then defend a lead from the Deer.
Exactly. That's the thing, is just let the goalie lie on the floor and just stack him on top of him.
Ooh, Nick Taylor's still here at 22, and we've been taking him way earlier than that.
Way earlier than that. So now
also might give us an excuse if someone else takes Hoey that we don't take him every single draft, but honestly, I'm not opposed.
we Rico Hoeys, aren't we? So
did you see that article? I don't know, it's just on the like PGA-Tour.com, but they were calling Rico Hoey like the next Scotty Scheffler if he can figure out his putting.
I mean,
it was a stretch, but like
theoretically it makes sense.
It makes sense, but you had to think about it. It's like
you also just cannot compare anyone to Scotty Scheffler right now.
Uncomparable. But people are doing it like, oh, is Scotty having a Tiger season? It's like, these are 2 different generations, but can you just appreciate greatness? Where do we go from here? Nico?
Let's do like Novak. Have we taken much Novak? We haven't taken much Harman either, have we? Harman will give us a potential cog start. Let's go Harman. Screw it.
I hope I got it. I think I did. Yes. Okay. I was glad you said Harman. We hadn't clicked him yet. And maybe Novak comes back around. I've seen him falling just a little bit. Maybe people are getting tired of flicking him. I think Novak should play a bunch of events, and I think he's a good player for this game, for this tournament, this kind of format, best ball.
Yeah. What I've noticed with us, we've clicked a lot more signature, because I typically just almost go like 3 or 4 max signature event guys, and then I start trying to find other dudes, which I've been going Michael Brennan, Rico, Nico.
Oh yeah.
I'm going to have a lot of those combinations.
I like
with
that.
different like, those are my anchors around signature event guys wherever I take in the first couple. So it's kind of a weird way I've gone about it there. But
Nico is still there. We got to get him right.
Yes,
perfect.
Absolutely.
Perfect.
And we're in need of.
Yes.
So that's good. We have zero farmers projected starts here, though. But Bobby is on American soil right now. So I don't know if
Right.
Chris Kirk's going to be one of those guys. I know Johnny Kiefer will definitely be doing it. I know Sammy will be doing something. Let's go Sammy. Go Sammy.
Go Semi Valimaki.
The fact that he's not playing the Sony gives me a bit more hope that there's potential life for a cog. There's potential life for, he'll probably play the Farmers too. But we need to just keep finding, like we're forcing ourselves to find Farmers right now. So I think like a Keegan would be a good.
Keegan would be a good fit.
We want to go Jason Day late and try and find ourselves some more good Farmers players, like a Kiefer.
Yeah.
Erasmus. I think Erasmus would be a fun option around.
And we think he plays at the Farmers, but
I would imagine he's not signed up for any of those Dubai tournaments, so he'll probably.
Is he going to play the American Express though, or is he going to?
Okay, we can go off of Rasmus. We can go. I know Fox usually shows up to play farm. Nope, I don't have him for Farmers. Keith will show up. Harris will definitely play the Farmers, right?
Yeah, maybe we just grab him. I know we don't need too many more signature event guys. Go Harris before Bradley, or do we think Bradley's going to be there as well, right?
Yeah, go Harris, because I think I'm ultra bullish on him right now, which is a problem. Now we cannot click a signature event name.
Yeah, we really should not.
So scroll. This is the problem. Is like you right? Oh, you see that name there? Our guy that we've been struggling to get.
No, who
did Wrighton get? Taken
Wrighton should be there.
Mm-hmm. Vince,
of course.
Absolutely. You see these now. We just think Farmers, because if you're playing Farmers, you're likely playing Cognizant as well. If you're a non-signature event guy, I'm like,
we did not get.
Oh my God!
Before us, I know. Just our luck. Sahith
Aldrich is a great option for Farmers as well.
Let me see if I can get him.
And Tony, but we can get them ages ago. Like go Vince, Sahith, whatever. Yeah.
Higo.
We've got so much Higo. I mean, it's no big deal. He's probably going to play the Farmers. I mean, he's not playing Sony, so probably going to play the Cog. Maybe.
I got stuck in between unqueuing one player, searching for a pot eater, and then trying to go Whaley last second. But that's okay. He goes fine there.
We've got that other guy. Are we on? Yeah, we've boxed him out yet at least. I think he's probably watching because.
Oh, Nico Tesla?
Yeah.
Takes Wrighton right before us. Oh,
literally
it's like the third time that's happened.
Is this like a? Does Homer help? Is he? I also have too much. I mean, Scott is a nice option for us as well in this situation.
Wait, where's the word?
You got taken.
Oh, Thigala was taken before our pick. Where'd he go? No, he's still there. Who do you want to go here? 5 seconds. Whaley?
Sith. I'm cool with Sith.
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll bounce back.
There we go. We're cooking. Our team got a lot of control early. Not gonna lie to you.
That's somehow when we go Fleetwood, it becomes hard to fill out certain events. All right.
Billy. Is Billy available?
Yes, Billy Horschel's available. We can grab him.
I have like pretty good faith that he'll play the Cog as well. And he's actually done okay around the Farmers historically, surprisingly, without the distance that he doesn't have.
Is it Billy that does decently well at the Open as well? Like, if he can get in, I don't know if he's automatically qualified yet. I have to reference, but Eckroat's a name I haven't clicked in a while. Jaeger, Hisatsune again.
your guy.
Rogers, Shipley. So we've effectively scrolled. This is pretty far down. Lee Hodges. I mean, this is super far down. Blanchett.
I mean, how much, if you had a bet like Blanchett plays the cog, what would you make his odds of playing the cog?
Playing it?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't. What else is going to be playing that week?
Right.
There's no alternate event, right?
Yeah.
Should we throw him in?
The same. It's the same as all of these guys basically too. But for him, I think in particular, he's like fresh on the PGA Tour. I think he's just looking to play as many times as he can.
There's going to be nothing else that he can play. There's no alternate event that week, unless I'm mistaken.
No,
So
but he won't even have to
there.
play the alt event because he's like the second on KFT. So he's like,
So he
ahead
that's
of-
what you said. He gets that access to these tournaments if
Yeah.
he wants in, right?
like he'll definitely play more tournaments than whoever finished 20th on the KFT that got their PGA Tour card.
It's so nuanced with the different avenues to getting access to the events. It's remarkable. I think not only the scramble format, but just the whole golf season. It is a lot to figure out. It's fun. It's a fun game to try to play via best ball. It lends well to this overthinking every single pick. I love it.
If we listen back to this thing, I'm sure there's some stuff we've said about some guys that we like probably think about ourselves like, you were really reaching there, buddy. You know, like trying to like convince ourselves to go with somebody.
Byron, there's not a single thing we've said wrong tonight. We've been 100% correct. We know exactly what we're talking about. We're definitely not flying at the seat of our pants. This is completely scripted, and there've been no errors. So just so everyone knows that.
And we definitely 100% sober 2.5 hours into this show too.
Yeah, no, 100%, no doubt. There's been no drinking on a Friday afternoon and evening.
Is there no, like this is the best time to draft and have a couple sips. So
Of course. I mean, this
Okay.
is prime
This looks-
drafting time.
I mean, we got some chunky guys to start off with. Yeah, I mean, if we turn this into a wrestling team, like Bobby Mack, Sepp Straka.
Sepp Straka's going to take it down. Yeah.
I mean, we got two strong dudes there.
I mean, I feel like a few of these guys, Fleetwood, pretty thin guy. Harmon's pretty small guy. Taylor, fine. Nico, I don't recall his height. He's a decent sized guy, right?
Yeah, he's reasonably
Sammy's
sized.
a big guy.
Did you see what Nico's new brand ambassador sponsor is now?
I don't remember. Remind me.
Morton Salt.
Oh no,
Like-
did not see that.
Like, who are you sponsored by? Lululemon or like Adidas or
Mabon.
Morton Salt? So like
Incredible.
basically, I mean that is just insane.
There's a guy in the NFL best ball streets on Underdog who his username is the Morton Salt guy.
Oh, great.
So
That's fantastic.
I just thought of that, but that's random word association.
That actually exists.
Yeah, apparently.
Incredible.
Yeah. Man, we crushed it. So many fun drafts
Let's
tonight.
go, man. Thank you for having me.
Of course. Thanks for coming on. It was fun chatting it up and getting to know you a little bit better on the stream and draft some sick teams with you. And I can already see the future. I don't know if it's this one or one of the 3 or 4 Scotty Scheffler teams we got tonight, but one of these is going to be there months from now at the Open. We'll be sweating it out. And then when we split this 50K between us, we're going to have ourselves a little waffles at the Waffle House at
On
the
me.
local spot.
I will buy them. And
Okay,
it's
waffle. When
because-
this one wins and we split the grand prize, we'll be sitting there with our short stacks and our waffles and our coffee, and that's where we'll celebrate. That's the
we're drinking
celebration.
screwdrivers in that Waffle House with
Exactly.
if you
Yeah,
walk in
you
with-
know it. In fact, I mean, we'll have to see. It depends on how good the sweat is. Actually, no, I take it back. I was going to say we might. The dream is to go to the event where it's ending, but I don't
Ooh.
think you or I are going to the Open anytime soon.
If we have a massive lead after the Scottish, maybe.
If we're doing well and this team's, maybe I'll meet you at the John Deere. Maybe I'll meet you there.
There we go. That works fun. I mean, yeah, there's nothing really anywhere. Maybe the Charles, but yeah, The JDC seems like a good spot to go, but I do have to survive the Waffle House tomorrow first. I have to
Good
make
luck,
it back
sir.
from there. So
Yeah, that would be fun.
we'll see if we can do that. But again, we did a good job here of covering our bases. We could have gone rogue with additional SIG event guys many, many times because we went hard early, and we remained disciplined, surprisingly, for as long as we've been going here. So thanks, man. This has been, I think this is the longest I've spoken to somebody that I've never spoken to before.
Hell yeah.
On a stream. You know what I'm saying? Like, so we've had a good time. So I appreciate this. Thank you.
So much fun. Thank you again for your time. It was a blast. For everyone out there, if you've made it this far, and I already know you're following him and you already know everything about him, but check out his social media links below, the Patreon, Back Nine Bets, Fantasy Golf Degenerates. Anything else, Byron, the people should know? We covered it.
I did a break. I wrote my first article in like 13 months since having a child.
Oh, yeah. Nice.
I stopped writing articles last year. I enjoy writing them, you know. So I've got a futures article for the majors out there. I just plan on writing like a small article with just the major bets, and then as I was researching it, I like put the research into the article, and it's like 3,000 words now. So
Incredible.
Have fun diving into all of that. It's free on the Patreon. It's posted and pinned on my Twitter account, so it's out there. Enjoy. It's the first time I put something out there for a while, so read it up.
Awesome stuff. Nice. Congrats to getting back on the riding horse. That sounds fun. And yeah, man, good luck at the Waffle House tomorrow. Good luck with the rest of your drafts as we wrap this up and gear up for the Sony. It's gonna be a fun week next week, and we have a great fun season ahead. Thank you all for watching, for being here. Make sure you slap the like, leave us a comment, let us know who your scroll downs are. Are you taking Horschel, Thigala, Chandler Blanchett? What are you guys doing? And we'll catch you guys in another stream real soon. Peace out. Have a great weekend, everyone. And bye-bye.